I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand or what?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
Are you okay?
I'm having a stroke.
Your face looks weird too.
I'm having a stroke.
Are you having a seizure or something?
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear.
I'm having a stroke.
You just need to know the sudden signs. Look for FAST, F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. Or S, speech difficulty. Then T, time. Time to call 911 immediately, because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Know the sudden signs. Face, arm, speech, time. Spot a stroke.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
2 weeks now into the Safeway workers' strike in Colorado, and still no end in sight. The union and the company that owns Safeway and Albertson stores did meet over the weekend, but came up empty and did not set a date for more negotiations. There was a report of what's called conceptual progress, but nothing more detailed. The union will go to the bargaining table tomorrow and Tuesday with King Soopers management. Workers at those stores in Colorado are also without a contract. They went on strike for 2 weeks in February. El Paso County Search and Rescue says it's seeing a boost in rescue calls. Search and Rescue says they've gotten 21 calls the same month last year that they had 15 calls. Most calls are from the Manitou Incline area, where hikers are frequently getting lost, injured, or experiencing health-related issues on the trail. Sports, Rockies have the day off after getting an extra innings win over the Brewers in Milwaukee. They host the Astros tomorrow. That's the latest. I'm Pat Woodard.
Now, Impact Traffic.
From the Superstar Car Wash Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by the new Comedy Save Me podcast.
Well, here in town, there is one accident on 270. It's going to be the eastbound side at I-76. It looks like the ramp was partially blocked. It is tied up, but it looks like at the same time they're just clearing that off. 270. The other direction up near Vasquez is a little slow. Now still seeing some jamming on I-70 from Tower out to Colfax. That's construction. The westbound side from Pena over to Peoria is a little sluggish, as well as I-25 south. As you're coming into downtown, with traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
Hey, I'm Lynn Hoffman, and I host the Comedy Saved Me podcast, the behind-the-scenes stories from comedians about the power of laughter. Listen to the Comedy Saved Me podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
September 19th and 20th, streaming live only on Hulu. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage. Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text SCHOOL to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text SCHOOL to 323232 right now. Text SCHOOL to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's SCHOOL to 323232. Text SCHOOL to 323232 now.
Auto accident? Get the right lawyer on your side. Call Fuller.com.
Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Pay. That's pay. Enter it now at KHOW.com. Keep listening to win on 630 KHOW.
Yeah. Ripped off. Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Let's solve some problems, answer questions, take complaints, make your life a little easier. That's what we do here each and every day. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This is how the show works. People call in with problems and we try to solve them. We really, honest to God, try to solve them. We have experts from all walks of life that help us, and we also take them on and investigate them. I want to start out with Mario, who has a problem with a stock app. Mario, I'm well familiar with a lot of the stock apps. Being in the securities business, I am a registered financial advisor representative with my company, and there are a lot of apps out there that promise a lot of things. What are you talking about, Mario?
Well, I'm just trying to see if this is like legit, like accurate, and it's not just something that that's on my uncle's phone.
Okay, so what are you talking about now, sir?
So I just want to see if, like, I don't know where my uncle had his his portfolio at, because like I said, I'm new to this. I don't know anything about the stock really. So all I know is just like it's a Yahoo Finance app. And when I click on it, it shows me his portfolio performance.
Yes.
And what his net worth is worth.
Yes.
So I'm just trying to track this down to see where.
Yeah, the Yahoo app. If it's the genuine Yahoo app, it's okay. If it's a genuine Yahoo Finance app, and what that does is track performance, but it doesn't help him make trades or anything. Were you talking? Is that what you're talking about though? His Yahoo app.
What I'm talking about is like seeing if, like, I know it doesn't make trades for him and stuff because he just passed away November 1st.
Yeah.
So he left me and my auntie.
Right. Okay. So do you know? Let me ask you something, Mario. Do you know where he kept his portfolio?
Well, it's before he had passed, he told me that this on his phone, and he had a laptop, and he showed me on the phone that this was what he was worth. The app
right. It's what I understand. That's what he's worth. It was tracking his net worth, but that's not where the money is domesticated. Somewhere the money is actually warehoused, and I don't know where his money was.
Yeah,
they have. It's called a custodial. It's called a custodial account. For example. For example, my company advises people, but we keep the money. We don't keep the money at a local bank. We keep the money at Schwab, but it's in each client's name. So each client, they have an account at Schwab, and then we help them invest that money. But the money is held at Schwab, and they can log in at any time and do anything they want with their account. So even though he used Yahoo Finance to track it, they did not have his money. His money had to have been somewhere else. The custodial, you have to find out who had custodial rights to his money. Like, have you gone through his papers? Like, who did he use as a financial advisor, or did he do it himself?
Well, he did it himself, but he did have Fidelity Investment.
Okay, good. They're legit. Why don't you call Fidelity and ask them about his account? He has an account. Do you have his account number?
Well, now it's our account because they closed his account down since he's been gone. They opened it up account in my name and my auntie's name.
Okay, so they already then you're making progress, Mario. So what do you need? That's exactly what they were supposed to do. Transfer to the heirs. Yeah. Now what?
Yeah. So now, I mean, there's only a certain amount of money in each of our, like, 50-50, her account, my account. But there's the rest of this large amount, So I'm just trying to figure out who has this.
Right.
Is it
Mario,
Schwab or is it Wells Fargo?
Well, Mario, when you went to Fidelity, you said they opened two accounts, right?
Yeah.
How much is in each account?
Okay. Well, in each account, supposedly there was 600,000 in my auntie's account, and then 600,000 in my account. But,
did you say 100 in hers and 600 in yours?
No. She had 600,000 in her account, 600,000 in my account. That's what they said which was 50-50.
Okay.
But here's the thing, though. I gave her some of the money out of my account, and then when the issue on that part, because this is a different scenario now, the issue on that part was the agent from Fidelity said that I went through all my money and I started going through her money, and I was like, no, because she still has a little over 500,000. So
Mario,
I gave her some of my money.
If they open two accounts, one in your name and one in her name, there's no way you could have started going through her money. How long ago did your uncle die?
Exactly.
How long ago did your uncle die?
November 1st.
And have you been spending the money?
Well, on the family, I've been, spending money on her, and the other family, they said I've been taking a substantial amount of money, which I know I've been taking like 80,000 here, 70,000 there. But
well, Mario, you're going to go through Mario. That's not what you were supposed to do. If you wanted to keep that money working for you, you should have had it invested. You could have easily gone through 500,000 or 600,000 easily if you're taking 70 and 80 grand. Why don't you ask Mario, do you know that you can go online right now and you can get a complete breakdown of every single transaction in your account online?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because that's what that lady did. She broke it down and told me where all the money that I've taken out, but she don't know where all the money went.
Well, and of course she doesn't. If you take the money out, that's up to you. Mario, you need to figure out where the money went. Nobody at Fidelity knows where the money went. All they know is that you drew the money out.
Yeah, because see, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you. My uncle, right now, his portfolio performance is at $4,996,396.80. And well, it goes up down. Well, now it's 51 cents. But so he has that,
Where does he have Mario, listen to me. If you got 600,000 and your auntie got 600, okay, that's 1.2, let's say roughly $1 million. Where's the rest of the money?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Well, doesn't your auntie know?
Fidelity said it's not with them. No, it's only me because my uncle was teaching me how to do the stock and all that. And
you don't know how to find out where the money is. You know what? That's a good question. Hold on a second. I'm going to try to figure out. Just hold on a second. That's a very good question. You can't find any kind of paperwork anywhere that this guy has that might give you an indication where his money is. He had some of it at Fidelity, but Fidelity says the big bulk of it's not with Fidelity. Is that right?
That's right. They said it might be at Schwab, so I got to figure out.
Well, of course it might be at Schwab. It might be anywhere. Hold on. Just hold on. I'm going to try to get someone who knows how to track down assets, because that's a good question. It really is. So you hang on, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to call one of my sources in the business to see if they know how to track down assets. 303-713-8255. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Today, I got Paul the Waterman in with me talking about the quality of water. I've said this before. We're 98% water, right? And water is the most important nutrient we take into our bodies, even more so than food. And I'm going to tell you something. Well, I mean, it's just as important as food. If you're eating organically and worrying about health and all that, trust me when I tell you, you're going to want to know what's in your water. And you're going to want to get it out. And Paul is here to help us. So we got that coming up, plus a lot more on the Troubleshooter Show. And don't forget, Compass Insurance Group is doing free insurance checkups at 303-996-9000. Get a checkup to make sure you're not paying too much. 303-996-9000.
Yep. Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell.
Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
All right, I want to tell you about a seminar coming up on the 19th of July, and I'm going to be there with Barry Miller, and this is part of Vistera Turnkey. If you want to be a landlord, but you're not sure how to become a landlord, or you want someone to hold your hand through the whole process, just listen to Vistera Turnkey. They can help you by identifying properties in hot markets, helping you manage the properties, helping you sell the properties, and getting the return on those properties. Find out more at this seminar. Ask any questions you want. I will be there as well. It's July 19th. Sign up, mybiggestreturn.com. Mybiggestreturn.com. You'll find out everything you need to know. Hey, listen, Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney I hope you never need. Now, I say this jokingly, but I mean this. So many people get into trouble, and they do need an attorney, a criminal defense attorney, because that goes for DUIs, that goes for speeding, excessive speeding, arguments with neighbors. You never know what can happen. Joe Lazzara does free initial consultations and flat rate pricing. Joe Lazzara, Lazzara, 303-429-6200, 303-429-6200. Excel Roofing, I've said this before, one of the best run companies of all companies, not just roofing companies. But when it comes to roofing, you cannot go wrong. Here's why. You never pay a cent until you're content. 100% work done up front. No penalty clauses if you change your mind, because they want to earn your business each and every day. Excel. EXCEL, excelroofing.com, 303-761-6400. They also have a repair and patch crew. If you need help with anything, give them a call. First sign of roofing trouble, excelroofing.com, 303-761-6400.
Thank you.
What am I going to ask?
You're going to ask, why is Doc talking to me?
No, I'm going to ask how much
Hey,
time.
Tom?
How much time do I have?
Hey, Tom?
Yes.
Dollar and I are in studio.
I see you there. That's
okay.
Good. Thank
Just
you.
want to
I'm
let
going
you
to
know.
use you guys. Thank you very much. And I'm going to put you side by side sometimes. Not all the time because you're ugly, but sometimes.
I can put a bag over Dollar's head.
Okay, I'm going to, Shannon, do I have time to run upstairs? How much time do I have?
I don't know how big your house
How
is
much
because I
time do I
never
have?
want to come there. 2
How much
minutes
time?
40. Motherfuck, 2 minutes 40
Shut
seconds.
up!
God, get your little stair climb chair going. Jack off. No offense.
Oh, there we are.
All right, I'm back, you bastard.
It's good to have you. How fast does that stair climb seat go?
Okay, I got to talk to Pat.
Flings you onto the floor up there. How you doing over there, Kelly?
I'm good. I'm just a little tired.
Kelly was
late night.
Yeah, Kelly was a little groupie working security to get backstage last night at Metallica.
I wish.
She was the filling in a Lars Hatfield sandwich.
Oh, no, didn't get that far.
All right.
We did have great seats, though. I have to.
Proud of you.
Yeah.
All right, here you go.
Brad had.
U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
Hi, Tom Martino here with Paul the Waterman. We'll get to him in a second. I put together some news stories you're not going to believe about the quality of water. Meanwhile, John wants to talk about Priceline. Mario, I'm getting an expert on, so hang on, okay? About tracking assets. John, about Priceline. John, what's going on about Priceline?
We had rented a room here this past Monday night, and we got to the hotel, get in the room. It's supposed to have a microwave and a refrigerator, and it didn't. So we called down to the front desk, and they say that they have no other rooms available, that we need to call Priceline. So we call Priceline. Priceline says they have to call my wife back 3 or 4 different times, and they said that they will email either a compensation or a refund for the amenities not being there that we paid for.
Now, what were the amenities? The microwave and what else? Refrigerator. Okay. So they said, we're sorry, but we'll give you a compensation. How much did they say they would send you?
They didn't say. We've been arguing with them, calling them back all week. And last night, they told my wife that they will give her a 20% off coupon. And I'm like, well, that's not good enough. We paid for the refrigerator and microwave in the room, and it wasn't there. We had a bunch of, like $200 worth of food that went bad over this. And, yeah, all they were willing to offer was a 20% discount. I'm like, okay, if you order a cheeseburger and you get a hamburger, are you going to go back in and you want your cheeseburger? You want me to
Now, John, you are absolutely right in wanting to make this right. Okay, I understand exactly what you're saying. Putting a price on it's going to be difficult because the $200 in food, I don't think you're ever going to get. How much do you want from Priceline? How much do you want from them?
We would like a room somewhere else that has a microwave and a refrigerator.
So in other words, you okay, but did you say that the room that you got had no value? In other words, you want them to basically fill that order 100%, and you're kind of saying that the room that you had no value. Is that what you're saying?
We didn't get what we paid for, pretty much.
Right, but you did get some of what you paid for. You got a room, right?
Yeah, we did have a bed, yes.
So what I'm saying is can you come up with some kind of an adjustment? Maybe it's not 20% off. I don't know, but maybe something less than the full amount. They're not going to give you the full refund. They're just not going to do it. And they're not going to pay for your food. So I'm asking you, what would be satisfactory?
Even half would be fine.
So you feel that a microwave and a refrigerator are worth half of the value of a room?
Absolutely.
Okay. Hey, and Priceline, do you have someone you've been talking to there?
Several people. Yeah, several people, actually.
Do you have one particular person we can call for you?
I don't remember any names exactly.
Well, do you have a number, though? Do you have somewhere we can start? I'm going to have Deputy Dollar. By the way, I brought you guys up on our stream. We have Deputy Dollar, Deputy Doc in the studio. I think Mark and Suzanne have Metallica Hangover. Isn't it Metallica? Were they in Denver?
Yeah.
Yeah. So listen, bro, here's what I'm going to do, especially because you know Metallica. We're going to have Deputy Dollar, one of our deputies, call Priceline and try to negotiate something better than that 20% off. I don't think half. I personally, listen, I'm not going to tell them this, but between you and me, I don't think it's half. I think maybe it's worth 25%. I don't know. You really put a lot of stock on that microwave and refrigerator, didn't you, bro?
I did.
Okay. All right. Hold on. We're going to have Deputy Dollar talk to you. He's good at talking money with people. So I'm going to put Dollar on this. Hold on a second here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Randy has an issue with a divorce. Randy, are you the one that texted me this morning?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a really serious problem. I want you to start. You say, now here's what I need to know. Did this happen out of the blue?
It came to an end out of the blue, yeah.
So you guys, there's a reason I'm asking all this. So did you guys start by having marital problems? Was that how it all started? You knew you were having problems?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then did anyone file for divorce?
I did.
Okay. So you filed for divorce, and then what happened? Tell me what happened.
She just, before I filed for divorce, she kicked me out of the house the other night, and then I don't have any family or anything around here, so I slept in my truck.
Why did she kick you out?
She's kicked me out at least 5-6 times a year for the last 20 years.
But why? Do you get drunk? Is there something she doesn't like about you? Why does she kick you out?
Because she doesn't like me.
Okay.
I mean, that's pretty simple.
And when you were kicked out of the house, did you ever go back?
Yeah. Every time.
Okay. And so this last time when you were kicked out, you filed for divorce?
Yes.
When was that?
Wednesday, this past Wednesday.
And when did you file for divorce?
Wednesday.
Okay, wow. Was she served already?
I tried to serve her. The court told me to see if she'll allow me to serve her personally, and if not, have the.
Well, you're not allowed to serve her. You're not allowed to.
So I just had the sheriff's office go serve her.
So has she been served?
Not yet.
Okay. So what is your question about this?
I just needed to know, what kind of resources are out there. Like I said, I don't have anything or anybody around. All I got is my 3 kids.
Okay. Here's what I need to know. Do you have, first of all, she's not allowed to just throw you out on your ass. How old are you guys? Are you both working?
40s, and yes.
You're both working. Who has the better job?
She just got a promotion at her job, and I think that's what led to her leaving.
Wait, I thought you said, okay. She kicked you out. She has a promotion at work, and she says, get the hell out. Did she let you take your clothes or anything?
Nope.
Will she let you go back and get your stuff?
Like I said, whenever I was kicked out and I was sleeping in my truck, the next day I called my kids and I was like, would you guys think less of me if I told Mom she needs to leave? And they said, no, because you don't have anybody, Dad. She has her mom, her dad, her sister.
Well, Randy, everybody. What I'm saying is this. You don't automatically get to lose the house. She doesn't have the right to kick you out, really. I think, here's what I want to do. Kachina, let's try to get Bonnie Shields on if we can.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark this pending. I want to get an expert. If not, we'll try Harris. Hold on, Randy. We're going to try to get an attorney to talk to you about this and get you some free legal advice up front for a minute here. 303-713-8255. By the way, Frank Duran, the real estate man, will do free market valuations of your home. If you're wondering what it will sell for, but you don't want to yet list, he'll do the complete analysis free of charge, honest to goodness, with no obligation. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Find out what your house will bring on the market today. 303-920-1622.
Very nice.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
From the Superstar Car Wash Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
Yeah, we've had a stall on I-25 southbound at
this guy
38
has
or
every
Park
right to be
Avenue,
there.
center lane. They've got a tow in there hooking up. Should be out shortly, but it did back up to 58th Avenue. So coming into downtown is pretty slow. And east and westbound 70 to southbound are backed up on the ramps. 270 running a little slow. We had an earlier crash at the 270 and I-76 ramp. That has been cleared. I-70 west from Pena back over to Havana is running just a little slow. Other than that, looks good down to and from the tech center. The rest of the system is light. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll share the story of the beloved cartoon, Scooby-Doo. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
I'll tell you something you don't want to miss, and that's the special from Fix It 24/7. You got to listen very carefully. The name says it all. They want to fix your system. That's why they have a $39 special, deep clean, tune, and check for your AC. The heat's here. It's here. Get that AC tuned up. You're lucky they're still doing this at $39 for new customers. They want to show you what they can do. They practically refurbish the entire system. They take it apart, spread it out, clean each and every crack and crevice, dirt and debris, the #1 killer of ACs. They get to it. Deep clean, tune, and check. FixMyHome.com. Book now. And free second opinions if you're quoted on any replacement of any major part. Fix It 24/7. Free second opinions. FixMyHome.com. Book now.
Thank you.
Yes.
So now.
Tom, you familiar with the Apollo missions? And how about the movie and or book, The Right Stuff?
Mm-hmm.
There's a great line in there where John Glenn is having a problem with the heat shields. And Scott Carpenter is on the ground as his comms liaison, whatever. And somebody says, I don't know if we should tell him about the problem. And Carpenter very forcefully says, you tell that pilot the condition of his craft. And that's a very important lesson, isn't it, Tom?
Now, what the hell is you getting at, brother?
I'm trying to tell you the condition of your craft today is you have a serious hydraulic leak in this Kelly girl. She's going to let you down at some point, and you may whack into the side of a mountain.
What do you think it is, brother?
I think it's Metallica Hangover.
She has it?
Yeah, she was there last night.
Oh, my God.
She is a goddamn mess, man.
Oh, Paul the Waterman, wait till you see what I've put together for you guys. I have put together so many stories. Hold on. I have one called Just Water. Wait till you hear some of this stuff.
Yeah, that's how it works. But you will definitely get our assistance and the help that we need to give you.
I mean, she sounds okay now, but...
Yeah, exactly. No, I understand how it can be confusing. All right, Cynthia, let me just put you on hold, okay? Okay, thank you.
That was about it. That's all Kelly has in the tank.
What?
So she was at Metallica, huh?
I was, yeah.
Do you see Mark and Suzanne?
Nope. I saw a lot of other people.
There were only how many people? You didn't see Mark and Suzanne?
Probably 80,000, right?
There are many people there. But they opened with Whiplash and then went into For Whom the Bell Tolls, and then it was just like, love this.
Are they the only old metal group still around?
No, Pantera was awesome.
But I mean, who's really major out there still? Is White Snake even around anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Coverdale? Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's so cool. Robert Plant hates him because he keeps trying, his...
Who else? Let's see. What else? Who had the one-armed drummer?
Def Leppard.
Are they still around?
Yes.
God, so they're all out there still.
Yeah.
Well, Kiss wasn't... Well, yeah, Kiss was like pop heavy metal.
No, they were heavy, yeah.
They were kind of... I liked Kiss, actually. I liked their shtick. I really liked Kiss. I went and saw them.
I did also see Kiss live.
I saw Kiss at what was that place in Greenwood Village? It's still there, but they have a new name for it.
Fiddler's Green.
Yeah, I saw them fill it. What is it called now?
Fiddler's Green.
No, it's still called that?
Mm-hmm.
Let's try to get... Hey, what are you doing talking to me? Go to work. Kelly, get whatchamacallit on. Bonnie Shields.
Yeah,
sure.
I just texted her. She's not going to text me.
And you're only like 3 years younger than Gene Simmons. You're asking about these old guys.
I'm really old. I don't put anything.
Don't remind me.
I got so many.
And I'm battling, bro. I'm battling a serious, bullshit. I deserve some kudos from you.
Hold on.
I want some kudos. I want some kudos from you.
Yeah, all right.
All right. You treat me like a...
Well, that's
weird, isn't it? Stand by.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Been here 45 years doing the same thing. And 50 years outside of Denver and here put together. But this is the longest running radio show in the country, maybe in the world, but it's the longest running show in the country with the same host still on the air. Bar none. The longest running radio show. Thank you very much. Thank you. Shannon, appreciate that. Now, I want to tell Randy we're trying to get an attorney for you. Mario, don't go away. I think we got to try to track down this money. Hey, Mario, how much, I got to ask you this real quick. How much do you suspect is in that account?
Well, since it's fluctuating, it's still in there. There's 5,700,000 and there's 5,178.50 cents.
Now, did a will? First of all, why did Fidelity split that one account between you and your auntie? Was there a will?
Well, see, here's the thing. Okay, when my uncle took me in with him to make me
Mario
power of attorney over him.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
And then he appointed his sister beneficiary.
Right.
So when he had passed away, the power of attorney died with him.
Okay, but Mario, I'm asking. Here's what I'm asking: in order for Fidelity to give you half and your auntie half, did they have a document they were following? Was it a will?
No, it wasn't a will. It was.
Was it a beneficiary? Were you guys named beneficiaries on the account?
Yeah, I was beneficiary. Well, I was power of attorney, and my auntie was beneficiary.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay. Mario, so that was one account. Why didn't your uncle, if your uncle left $1 million to you and your auntie on one account, why did he leave the other big account and not tell anybody?
I don't know. That's the only thing.
Are you positive he has more money? How do you know he has more money?
Because he told me that this was his account too, but he didn't tell me where it was at though.
Okay. All right. So, hold on, Mario. I'm writing this down. Hold on, brother. We're going to get to it. I promise. We're going to get to it. Now, Cynthia, what's going on with Larry H. Miller?
Yes. So I wanted to share this with you because I don't want anything else to happen to anybody else like happened to me. May 30th of 2024, I purchased a 2017 Fiat 500. Had very low miles, like 11,500, something like that.
What year was your
Well,
Fiat?
now-
What year was your Fiat?
It was a 2017.
Okay, so you bought a 2017 back in 24. Okay, and how many miles were on it, did you say?
11,500.
Okay, so what's going on?
So I bought this car. I'm so happy. I'm driving the car. 10.5 months later, I'm driving the car and the engine drops out. And
Wait. This is a month after, back in June of 2024?
No, 10.5 months later. So just this past year, 2025, April 1, the engine dropped out.
Oh my God! And
Well,
you thought,
I'm
like,
driving
what? In April? Wait a minute. You're talking about this year. When you say the engine drops out, what do you mean by that?
The engine completely dropped out.
Do you literally mean it came out of the car and went on the street?
Yes.
No,
well,
it didn't.
Driving. I promise you.
Okay, the engine dropped out on the street.
Yes.
Okay. Why did it do? Wait, were you getting oil changes and regular maintenance?
It wasn't due yet because I only had it. So now it only has 16,391 miles on it, and it's been at the mechanic for 3 months, maybe going on 4.
Cynthia, we got to talk.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get this straight.
Yes,
okay, in 2024, last year, you buy this car and you're driving it around, you love it. On April 1st of this year, the engine drops out onto the street. So what did you do? Did you call a tow truck?
I had to call a tow truck. Yeah.
And where was it towed? Where did you have it towed?
To Larry H. Miller.
Okay, because that's where you bought it.
Right. So I figured they would take care of it.
And what did they do?
They did not. Well, they diagnosed it for $250. They said, well, did you get in an accident? Nope, I was not in an accident. It dropped out. So then my sister said, well, let's have it towed over to Extreme Auto. They're very reputable. So I had to have it towed again.
Well,
so
wait a minute. So Larry H. Miller did not see anything they were responsible for. It wasn't under warranty, and I don't blame them. It was like a year later. They can't be responsible for this, right?
I bought an extended warranty that they would not honor.
Wait a minute. Why didn't they honor the extended warranty?
I'm not sure because they said it didn't have anything to do with the drivetrain or the electrical. The drivetrain actually is the engine, right?
Wait a minute. The engine drops out of the car and they said that had nothing to do with the drivetrain?
Right. But it broke all the bolt. It broke all the axles, and it broke the motor.
How the hell does something like this? Hold on a sec. I hate to stack this up on you, Kelly, because you have Metallica hangover too. But we really need to get Kevin Calkin on. We really do. Okay, hold on a second here. I need to put this down. We need to get Kevin on. We need to talk about this. This is crazy. So you took it over to another place, and what did they do?
Right. And they diagnosed it, and they said their pothole couldn't have done that. They said it had to have prior damage. So they said, well...
And where was this? Who told you this?
Extreme Auto David.
Okay.
And... yeah, they're very reputable. So my sister's been going there for years. Many friends have been going there for years, so I trust them.
Okay, hold on a second. We'll come right back to you. This is crazy stuff. I'm Tom Martino. You never know what you're going to hear, but man, the engine drops out on the street. I got to ask Kevin if he's ever heard that before. All of that coming up. Don't forget the Extreme Clean. Don't forget it. Extreme Clean Tune and Check. It's fixmyhome.com. Book now, just $39 for your AC.
Yep.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
Yeah, we've had a stall on I-25 southbound at 38th or Park Avenue Center Lane. They've got a tow in there. hooking up, should be out shortly, but it did back up to 58th Avenue, so coming into downtown is pretty slow, and east and westbound 70 to southbound are backed up on the ramps. 270 running a little slow. We had an earlier crash at the 270 and I-76 ramp. That has been cleared. I-70 west from Pena back over to Havana is running just a little slow. Other than that, looks good down to and from the tech center. The rest of the system is light. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you want the lowest price. With their lowest price guarantee, if you find a qualifying lower price on the same item, they'll match it. Price match applies to the same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how they'll match price at Lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Call Excel Roofing and you're 100% safe, guaranteed. Yes, they don't take a cent until you're content. Excel Roofing has been with me for 30 years. They have it. They do it right, okay? No consumer is ever put at risk. You don't pay a penny. They don't want your insurance check. They come and get to work. They don't even have penalty clauses in their contract, and each contract is specified for materials and labor. You know everything up front, the way it should be with roofing. Excel as an excellent, EXCEL, excelroofing.com, 303-761-6400. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies wants to help you get ready for retirement. One of the main things they do are annuities for when you get older and want to retire and you want to put a lump sum into an annuity to have guaranteed income with a principal that will not go away and your earnings that will not go away once they're earned. If you're interested in this, call Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. Of course, they do other things as well, and they're happy to discuss it with you on the phone or in person or by Zoom. rpcenter.com is the website, rpcenter.com, 970-663-3211.
Thank you. 320 if you got to go.
Thank you, and I don't have to go, but if you have to go, you can go.
What about line one? Oh, okay, so Kelly wants to talk to you. Go ahead, Kelly.
No, it's just I have Mario's phone number, so we can talk.
I'm going to call my guy right now. Listen, I'm sorry, I'm calling my guy right now.
I'm still waiting to hear from Bonnie, so I got a lot of stuff going on.
Okay, I know you do, and that's the way it should be, sister. You're working, I'm working, we're all working.
Understood. Yeah, it's fine.
Pat?
I have no problem with it. I'm just trying to
come
tell
on
you
and
that
discuss how to find assets. Like this guy's uncle died.
A line.
They knew they had one account with Fidelity, which Fidelity split between the heirs, the two heirs. But he says that he's got $4 million out there somewhere. And they can tell because on his phone, he had Yahoo Finance and he had his portfolio on Yahoo Finance, but he doesn't have where it is custodied. So how does he find out? Do you start making cold calls?
all I was saying is that I can call him back later.
Can we just discuss it?
Talking to his guy. Why are you yelling?
And
I thought he was talking to me.
Don't hang up. I'm going to take Mario. Don't hang up. All right, so I'll call you back, okay? All right, bye. Hey, Kelly.
Yes.
I was half kidding with you, by the way. I want to take Mario. I got my expert who wants to go on. I'm going to try to do it through voice. I think I can call him on voice.
Got it.
She doesn't know. She doesn't know what that means. Stop.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Okay,
I think it's going to work. It'll be good to try. I'm going to call him right now. I'm calling him right now.
Now she knows.
Shannon said, "Oh, Kelly doesn't
Hello?
know what that means."
Pat?
Yeah, I was on the other line with you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the one I'm using. So, hey, Shannon, can you hear him? Say hi.
Like he's in my lap.
Okay,
Pat,
good.
That's a lovely cologne.
Okay, hang on just a minute though, Tom. I gotta swap.
Go ahead. Oh, we just got disconnected. Okay, I'll just do away with that one and do it again. Okay. Oh, you know what? It might be.
Hello.
Yeah, we got we got disconnected. You okay? You're there?
Yeah.
Can you count to 5?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, thanks.
Is that a test that fiduciaries have to pass?
Yes, he has to count to 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put you on hold, Pat. I'll be right back to you. How much time when I come back?
Oh, I don't know. Hang on. God dang it. Nope, we're coming back now. I don't know.
Okay. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. I want to go to one of my partners at Wave 8. And there's a reason, Wave 8 Financial or Wealth Management. And the reason is because we have this question that comes up a lot on finding assets and how to find them. So I want to bring him up. And this is Pat Jolliffe. Pat, my chief operations officer, Pat. So this guy dies, and Fidelity, they knew he had something at Fidelity. So Fidelity split the account to both heirs, as they should have, according to the beneficiary. But now they say, Mario, you believe there's another $4 million out there, right? Or another 5?
Yes, sir.
Okay, another 4 or 5 million out there. So Pat, if he came to you as a client and said, my uncle has 4 or 5 million out there, he's dead, and me and the auntie are the heirs, what would you tell him? How would you find the money?
I'd look at the tax return.
Oh, very good, Pat. You get a dinger for that one, man. So I never thought of that. Did you look at the tax return to see the 1099s, Mario? That's the answer. That's the answer right there. That's the answer.
Okay. Yeah. So look at the tax
more than
return.
likely,
Yeah, because
it was qualified money or non-qualified.
Pat, explain to him. And I gotta give kudos to Pat, who came up with that in like a split second. So explain to him. Let me give him the dinger here. So anyway, explain to him how that works. Where you look at the tax return. What are you looking for?
So on your tax return, you're looking for dividends and interest, particularly as it relates to a non-qualified account that's a non-IRA or something of that nature. You would get a Form 1099. He would have received a Form 1099 for the tax year and be reported on Schedule D on the tax return. So you see it there. Then if there's any qualified money like IRAs and so forth, any distributions out of a qualified account like that would also generate a Form 1099. So I really think that's probably the best record to check first.
Okay, so the tax return, for example, there would be a 1099, for example, from Schwab, and that would tell you there's an account at Schwab, and there's a 1099 issued for each account. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah, for any activity or distributions, anything that would be a taxable event, it's going to trigger a 1099.
Mario, I think we got the answer right there. Yeah. Let me give Pat the dinger. Pat deserves that dinger for coming up with that so quickly. Hey, listen. Exactly. No, seriously. Thanks for calling, Mario. That's the best advice anyone can give. Call back if you have any other questions on it, but start there and then call us back. And Pat can help you. And by the way, if anyone ever wants to get in touch with Pat at my company, it's 303-771-HELP. He'd be happy to give you free advice and information if you need it for stuff like this, 303-771-4357, or if you want a free look at your portfolio. Now, let's go back to this one we've been working on, this Cynthia, this Fiat. So Cynthia, this is weird. So you got this Fiat, and the engine falls on the street. You had it towed to the dealer. They won't honor the extended warranty. Then you took it to Extreme Auto. So what was Extreme Auto's conclusion?
They concluded that there's no way hitting a pothole would have caused that much damage. And it was probably the people who owned it before. Larry H. Miller said, "This is a great car. This is a car for you. The car has it has such low miles." Well, because it was.
So what did Extreme think it was, though? Did the motor mounts rot out or what? Can we talk? Is it possible to talk to the guy at Extreme? Would you give us his number to talk to? Kevin,
let me look it up.
Kevin Calkin, I want to ask you from Sheridan Auto Tech.
Hey, Tom.
Kevin, have you ever heard literally of an engine falling out of a car?
The only way I can see it happening is if there was damage to the subframe, and the subframe holds the engine in. So the subframe failed and dropped out, and the engine and transmission came with it. So there had to have been damage to the bolts of the subframe. Something let go. But, yeah, it doesn't just fall out, no.
Okay, and this wouldn't be covered by an extended warranty, wouldn't it, for most warranties you know about, right?
Because it's collision.
Okay.
The car had to have hit something.
Now the
somewhere
question
along the line.
now the question is, did they know about the collision? Did they cover it up? Okay, thank you, Kevin. Bonnie Shields, real quick. Thank you for taking time out. Bonnie, if a wife just kicks a guy out of the house, just kicks him out, he has no money. She even makes more money than him. I mean, doesn't he have a right to be at home unless there's a restraining order? I mean, she doesn't have a right to just do that, right?
That's correct.
So what does he do? He's out on his butt right now. He doesn't have anything. What does he do?
I mean, Tom, there's nothing legally stopping him from moving back into the house. The issue with that, or the problem with that, is if he moves back in there and she doesn't want him there, I always worry about people making false allegations to get them out of there by protection order.
Right.
That's my big fear. So if he's going to move back in there, it's not illegal to record somebody in the state of Colorado as long as one person.
So he can prove he's not doing anything wrong. Okay, can he do any kind of emergency? He filed for divorce, okay? This happened on Wednesday. He filed for divorce right away. Is there a way to do emergency orders where possibly she might even have to chip in and help him?
I really doubt the courts are too backed up. I don't think for that.
Okay.
Emergencies generally have to do with children and children in danger.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where to go. I mean, it's possible. You can certainly try.
I see what you're saying. Hey, Randy.
It's hard.
Okay, thank you very much. Bonnie Shields, by the way, Bonnie Shields Law. We have more coming up right after this.
The guy's a pussy. I wouldn't let my wife throw me out.
Right. I mean...
Hey, so people are bored. You guys have to sing and dance in the studio.
$250.
Oh, you guys agreed on everything.
We just split everything down the middle, went to mediation.
About a month ago,
Mediators cost $250. That was it.
What's your
Went to the
first name?
judge, signed off.
Yeah, mine was a lot more than that, but I think my ex-wife wanted to do it that way, but
You didn't want to?
no, I just felt like I was getting screwed.
Oh.
Can we do a clothing optional version of the show on YouTube?
So what did you
No, that's funny.
talk to him about?
Thank you.
You know what? I actually can do that. I'm going to take my clothes off right now.
All right.
Rather than now, anytime.
Okay, I got some text here. So, Paul, see, the health. I'm going to turn.
Is it an ophthalmologist
After we got
or an
divorced,
optometrist?
It's your practice. I don't want anything from it. You work hard for it.
No, that's great. Yeah.
Okay.
So I put her through.
And so your initial problem was.
It worked out pretty well.
Yeah, that's real good.
Describe the malfunction with your eyes. Cataracts. Got it. Okay. Okay. Hang on for me. Oh my God. That was hilarious. Is Bonnie gone too?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I can't keep up.
Well, you understand why it's funny that I said Kevin. This person's having a problem with their cataract. He's worked on a few of those.
He's going to jail.
What?
Diddy Combs or...
Did they come back with a verdict?
No, it just went to the...
Oh, yeah. Shouldn't take long.
So that would also mean Randy is gone, right? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, I suppose. Is Randy still on hold?
Yeah.
I don't know if what she said helped, but
Okay, Randy, hope that helped. Okay, so you still have some questions. Okay, understood. Hold on, please. I didn't hear any of the interaction between Bonnie and him.
I did. That's why I said what I said. I don't think that what she said helped.
I wasn't prepared to be a caregiver to Mom. About a little over a year ago, we realized she couldn't take care of herself without our help. And well,
I, by the way, it's not because I'm hungover or I'm tired or anything like that, by the way.
No, I have long known that it's a kind of a capacity issue. It's not a ability issue. You do freaking great. Do you know that?
I had articles about the basics that got me started, but also
You
information
landed
on
the
how
cakes up on the edge of the trash. That is miraculous.
from others who've been in
Pretty good.
I know this road we're on isn't an easy one, but I'm really happy to have the extra help for her and for me. Caregiving Resource Center.
I think we're going to need Kevin back for Robert.
Articles, tips, and tools to help you get exactly the right one and care for yourself.
Good morning, Tom Martino Show. Oh, wait. Okay, I only got about every second word. Um, that's a little bit better. What's your first name? Okay. I was gonna call you at 11:30, but that's fine. No, it's fine if you have time now. No problem. All right, Richard. All right, what did you want to talk to Tom about? Oh my gosh. Okay. No, I do remember this call. This is not the one for 11:30. Yep. I got it. No, this is Kelly. Hi. Nice to meet you. Yeah. All right, got it. Hang on for me.
Yeah.
hello.
Yes.
Hello. No.
How are you doing today?
Very good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. Well, this call is about whole life insurance plan, which is designed to cover 100% cost of funeral, burial, and cremation expenses.
Well, I don't.
All of these policy will be whole life insurance.
I mean, I hate to break it to you, but I don't entirely need burial services just yet.
Now, some people say,
But
well, then why
I'm
would
not
God let
asking
you
you
get
to
it
buy
to me?
and purchase anything
You know,
right
and
now.
here's what I say.
Just go ahead,
First
check
of all,
out the
God
plans,
doesn't make
check
any
out the
sense.
benefits. If you find something good
This
for
is
you,
a fallen system.
if you find
It's in
something
your hands to
affordable
save
for
it.
you, then
It's
you
a
can
price
always
match
go on.
Some guys
Otherwise,
throwing
there is
cannon
no cost,
with
no
that in
obligation
mind,
on your
Gary,
part.
some
It's
guys
just
throwing
information,
cannon
all right?
I appreciate that, and I love you guys. I love whatever country you're in, but I'm doing a radio show in America right now, and I gotta go. Please forgive me.
News about isolation and pancreatic cancer
Do
doesn't
you need
come
burial insurance? Well, not right away.
Then when I first mentioned it, you probably thought, I know what you thought right away. You thought,
Ripped off.
Oh, that's Kelly's deal. She loves the fuzzy ball. All right, stand by.
We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Hey, listen, the EPA announced, the Environmental Protection Agency announced it's issuing for the first time, national regulation limiting the amount of certain PFAS is what they're called, found in drinking water, commonly called forever chemicals. PFAS are synthetic chemicals found nearly everywhere in the air, water, and soil. Now, here's what's really funny. Paul the Waterman is here to speak truth. And I want to just quickly do this. We'll go on to your calls and then come back to this. Paul, you told me they can put out all the standards they want. They don't even have the accurate way to test and to regulate. And they're putting out standards local municipalities can't meet.
Correct. That's absolutely correct, Tom. So, and what happened was just recently, the EPA unregulated Gen X, which is a PFAS. Gen X is extremely dangerous. What unregulated contaminants means is that local municipalities don't test for them.
So here's what we're getting at. They put out these PFAS, or let's just say forever chemicals. They put out these standards that the local municipalities don't have the equipment to, in other words, they can't comply to the federal standards.
They can't comply, and that's why they've extended out the timeline.
And so
impossible.
So you said something, though, that is very telling. So because the local municipalities can't comply, the EPA simply takes some of them and erases them.
Correct. So they're still
erases them from the regulation.
Right. They're still in the water. But then if they're not reported, if you can't test for something, you don't report it.
So if it's not regulated, the municipality doesn't have to test for it. And if they don't have to test for it, we have no idea how much is in the water.
Correct. That's it. That's the cover-up.
That's the bottom line. The EPA says, oh, you mean to tell me you can't get rid of this, this, and this? Okay, we'll stop testing for it.
That's it.
Honest to God, Paul.
That's it.
I mean, really and truly, the federal government truly just erased some of the forever chemicals from the regulation.
Absolutely correct.
Okay, now, so the only way to get rid of them, truly, let's just say it like it is with a good water system.
Right. You can do it. You can do a point of use reverse osmosis. We can do a whole house anion system, or we could do what we offer, that Echo Pro Max. We'll remove the total
$39.95.
Right. That'll do it.
All right. Anyway, that's Paul the Waterman, 303-862-5554. Let's go back to the phones on your calls on anything. And we left off with some stuff, but really, Robert's next. Now, this is a follow-up, Robert. Who was working with you on this?
What do you mean?
Did when it's Mark does a follow-up, and I'm wondering, were we helping you with this? Was one of our deputies working with you?
No. So Tom, he was a call in on Friday, very late in the show.
Okay, now I got
and
you.
And so it's a follow-up.
Okay, now I got you. Okay, Robert, why don't we just start from the beginning? Go ahead with your story.
Okay, I bought the clutch for the car because it's a C4 Corvette, so it takes a special flywheel.
Yes, it does.
So
now, here's what I want to ask you.
made-
Was this a new clutch, rebuilt, or how was it?
No, it's a brand new Ram clutch.
Brand new
dual
Ram
disc.
clutch. Okay. A brand new Ram clutch. And what happened?
So I talked to the place where I took it, and he said he could do the job. So
But you
talked to
bought
him
you
in
didn't buy
April.
it. You didn't buy it from the guy that was going to install it. You bought it and took it to the guy to install it.
Yes.
Okay, keep going.
I had to buy it from Eckler's. So
Okay.
I talked to him in April. I made the appointment for May 19th. I took the car in, and all I did was get a runaround, and then I finally picked it up on June 4th, and I had to take it back the next day because you couldn't drive it the way it was.
How long did he take? How long was your car in the shop?
Well, the first time it was there a little over a month.
Okay.
So then I took it back, and he said it would be 2 hours. So I talked to him last Thursday, and the first thing out of his mouth was, "Oh, you come in to give me some more money?"
Hey, Robert, he was probably
And
just
I
kidding.
haven't-
But Robert, I got to ask a question that's pretty obvious. When you picked it up June 4th,
Mhm.
what was wrong with it?
First and second vibrated so bad you couldn't drive it that way. And the motor was idling at 2,000 RPM, and it fouled the plugs. And that was before I even picked it up.
Okay, so did he fix all of that?
Nope.
What's the
It's still in
condition?
the shop.
What's the condition of your car right now?
Not drivable.
Okay, and this guy, how much have you paid this guy?
25, let's see, 25, 25, 24, 72.
Okay, you're right down to the penny. Listen, that was just for installation?
Yes. And he said he had to modify the bell housing because the clutch that he put in has a hydraulic throw-out bearing.
So,
and I don't know what modifying the bell housing
I want to
would
find
do.
out. Okay, so $2,500 for installation, and it still isn't running. What does he say he's going to do?
No. He says it's supposed to be fixed this week, but he's told me that before, and from what I gather, he's told that to a lot of people.
How did you? What is the name of the shop?
Colorado Performance.
And how did you find them? Was it online?
No, I actually had to take my diesel to the muffler shop right next door to get the emission.
I got it.
So they told me to talk to them.
Okay. I want you to hold on. I want to get another expert opinion here. Kelly, I want to get Kevin on for a couple questions to see where we go from here. Hold on, Robert. We're going to get Kevin on. So I want you to hang on. 303-713-8255. Randy still has some questions about his divorce. We had our expert on, of course, and I know Randy doesn't have any money. He doesn't have anything, and he wants to know what to do. His wife kicked him out of the house on Wednesday. He filed for divorce, and she said he has every legal right, Bonnie Shields law, every legal right to move back into the house. Of course, he's not supposed to touch her or cause conflict or, make her feel threatened in any way. But he has every legal right to be there, and he can move back in, or he can demand that she leave. In other words, they're both equal here. And Randy, I know we're not giving you the greatest answers in the world, but sometimes there are no perfect answers here. So what else did you need to know?
I am home now.
Oh,
I
good.
came home. She left.
Good.
But
Good.
Whenever she left, she left me and the kids because I've been paying everything for 6 months, and I told her I need help. I'm flat broke. She said, "Well, I ain't giving you nothing."
Okay, so now this is the situation now. Did she voluntarily leave?
Yes.
Okay, and when she left, you said you need help with the bills.
I needed help with everything. We just moved into this house in January, and she's only.
And you guys are buying this house. You have a mortgage?
No, we're renting.
Oh, okay. Well, that's better in a situation like this, way better. And what can you not afford?
Well, like I said, I went through all of my money paying everything, and I just couldn't afford rent anymore. So whenever I filed for divorce, paid the other bills, like rent's due, and we don't have rent. I asked her for her half of rent. She said
yeah,
no.
but if she's not living there anymore,
we moved in.
Would you pay your half of the rent if you weren't living there?
I had underage kids here, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Are the kids still at home?
Yeah.
Oh, Randy, you got to now you can get an emergency hearing. Randy, you might have to do this yourself. You need to file a motion for an emergency hearing to compel your wife to get you part child support or to help with the expenses of the kids. She doesn't owe you anything, but she certainly has to chip in and help with the kids. What does she say about how old are your kids?
16.
You got 3 kids? How many kids you have?
I do have 3 kids, but 2 of them are over 18 and one's 16.
Well, the only one okay, so the 16-year-old. And what are you falling short on? Rent and food and everything?
Rent, food I can figure out.
Does she she says I don't have any obligation at all. Is that what she's saying?
She didn't say anything. She says I don't have the money and I haven't talked to her since.
Where is she living?
With my other son.
Oh, man, this sucks. Randy, I don't know how else to say this. You don't have any money to hire an attorney, right?
Nope.
You're going to have to, and I promise you, you're going to have to do something where you file a motion. You have to go down on, even if you handwrite it to the judge, you can even write a letter. I'm not giving you legal advice. I'm telling you what people do in desperation. Yeah. You can write a letter saying, Your Honor, my wife moved out and is not helping with the kids. I need a motion or I need some kind of court order to help her, to compel her or to make her help with the 16-year-old child. Now, are the 2 18-year-olds working? Or are they in school? What's their story?
They're both working. The one has a family, just had a child in April.
Are they living with you?
No. So that's a whole other story.
So really, there's only one living with you right now.
2, one over 18 and the one under 16.
And the other one living with you, is that kid helping you?
He will, yeah.
Okay.
But he just started a new job, so he doesn't have nothing either.
Okay. Hold on a sec.
And that's
okay.
why I was...
Randy, you're going to have to start. Do you know who the judge is in your case? And you have your case number, right?
I do have my case number, yeah.
You need to take your case number and write a letter to the judge saying you need help getting emergency orders because you need help supporting the child. And then give it to the clerk of the courts. That's the only thing you can do at this point. But make sure you address it, the name of the judge and your case number. I'm sorry, I can't. We can't. There are no free attorneys, unfortunately. You might want to try legal aid. They help once in a while with cases with kids. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming right up.
Yep.
This is terrible.
Working hard for your money, but not getting the pay
there's not much
owed?
else we can do for the guy.
Colorado's labor laws protect workers like you from not getting paid wages after completing your work, not getting paid properly for overtime, having wages
Yes,
taken
sir.
out of your paycheck without your knowledge, not getting break times, and not getting paid sick leave. Colorado's Division of Labor Standards is here to help. Learn about your rights at coloradolaborlaw.gov. Brought to you by the Colorado Department of Labor and Employment, the Colorado Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies helps you with retirement. One of the main things they offer is an annuity, a fixed indexed annuity that gives you guaranteed income during retirement. Now, many people want to do these as they approach retirement to guarantee their principal, to guarantee the income they make, to guarantee the gains they make. If this is of interest to you, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies will talk to you about it. They'll also talk to you about other aspects of retirement. Perhaps you have a business that you you want to like give to a loved one, or you want to sell. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, call them and ask them what they can do for you. They can help with long-term care planning, estate planning. They coordinate everything as your coach in retirement. rpcenter.com, 970-663-3211.
That was fabulous.
Oh, man. I feel so sorry for people. They don't know what to do. They don't have anywhere to go with this divorce.
What about the Harris Law Firm? Can I give them that number?
Yeah, but they're not going to do anything free. I mean, he's going to have to pay him. What do people do with no money for divorce? What do they do?
I was really charming. No, it worked. I didn't have to pay anything, and everybody still loves me.
I'm going to tell you something. I don't want to get into it. Never mind.
No, of course not.
Okay, you want to know what my total divorce cost me the first time?
Yeah. First one, yeah.
$2,500.
Makes sense. She was nice.
Yep, you knew her, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. $2,500.
There's that box on the divorce papers that it says that they're not going to come after you for any more money. I got that check twice, 2 times. They're like, because they look at me and they're like, you're not going to amount to anything. Why try? Oh, crap.
Wow.
Phone's ringing.
Oh, that's good.
Good morning, Tom Martino Show. Yes? Okay. And you said your name was Phil, right? Yeah, I believe I've spoken with you before. Absolutely, we can help you with that. Hang on. And Tom will be with you momentarily, okay? Yeah, I think we can help you. Hold on.
This report is sponsored by Red Build America. It's our coolest day of the week. Temperatures today reaching into the upper 70s. We've got partly sunny skies, some slight chance for a few showers and thunderstorms.
This week on Red Build America, we tell the story of U.S. citizenship
Pull out your sinuses.
Here we go.
Storytelling show.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Don't forget K&H Home Solutions now has painting pros available. This is the weather to get your painting done, and you can depend on K&H. K&H Home Solutions, that's khwindows.com for painting. Yes, as well as window siding, doors, and more. khwindows.com. Hey, we got a lot going on, so let me get right to the phones now. Robert said he had a clutch installed and it keeps vibrating. It's not done the right way. And Kevin, it's a Kevin Calkin from Sheridan Auto Tech. I'm tapping his knowledge once again as my expert. He has a C4 Corvette and had a new Ram clutch put in, but it kept vibrating to a point where you could almost not drive it. Well, he said you couldn't drive it. What would cause, and by the way, this shop, Colorado Performance, I never heard of them, but, well, I guess I did hear of them, but they charge around $2,500 for installation. Does that, not for the part, but just for installation, does that sound about in the ballpark?
Yeah, it's a little on the high side, but I also heard modifications. That's the word that triggered when I heard.
What Robert, what was modified?
They modified the bell housing.
Why would they do that?
Something about the hydraulic throw-out bearing.
Kevin, can it be installed without doing that? I mean, why was it modified?
Well, that had to have been not original. That had to have been some sort of an update or something to the clutch because it didn't originally come with a hydraulic throw-out bearing.
How did it work?
Did you do that intentionally?
It's a dual disc Ram with a hydraulic throw-out bearing.
Right. So
and I'm assuming that it came with a hydraulic.
Robert, what Kevin is asking, did it come that way? Did you buy it that way, or did you modify it sometime in the past?
No, I bought it this way. Well, the new clutch come this way, not the old one.
The clutch they took out it was not hydraulic.
No.
No, so the one they put in is hydraulic, so they had to modify everything to make that work. And I think somewhere along the line is probably a bad modification.
Who did the modification? Did Colorado Performance do the modification?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Anytime we hear modifications, we pass. We don't get involved in them because this is what happens.
Okay, but would you be able, let's just say for grins, do you unscrew up things like this?
Well, you can't use this clutch probably if you want to go back to the original clutch. But I just don't have the experience with these to be comfortable doing it.
Right.
We don't like modifications, yeah.
Okay, so how much did that clutch cost you, Robert?
$1,550.
What if you can't use it? I mean, what if the modification is just bad and they can't fix it? What are you going to do about it?
I have no idea.
Well, Robert,
that's what
if they say it's going to be fixed this week, I am sure. Have they done modifications like this before?
Well, I presume they have because the owner has a Corvette and it's a performance shop. They said they could do anything.
Okay. So, Robert, before you found them, or did you find them first and then go out and look for the clutch? Or did you buy the clutch first?
No. I had the clutch on order before I even set it up.
Okay. So my question is this. Before you put the clutch on order, it had the original clutch in it, right?
Yes.
Why did you decide to go with the hydraulic throwout?
Well, because of the dual disc.
Well, did you read about it? Were you part of a club? Where did this come to you?
No. Well, because the motor is modified, it's a 3D3 stroker. It's a brand new motor, and the clutch that was put in it was just garbage. You couldn't back up, and it was starting to vibrate going forward.
Okay, so
I presume that the rear main
did you
was
buy?
leaking
Did
into
you
it.
buy it? Was it already? Was this engine already customized when you bought it, or did you buy? Did you match that up?
No, I had Western Engine do the motor, and then Brighton Auto Body put it back in the car with
Okay.
that clutch,
Okay.
but you couldn't get the clutch to break in.
Okay. You know, Kevin, I often
because
find this when different people are working on a car for major projects. I think you have to have one master to like coordinate it all. I really do.
I agree. 100%. 100%.
I mean, he's kind of freelance, and he's taking it one place and then to another, and then they're trying to figure out what the previous people did. I mean, it's a mess when you customize like this. You need a custom shop that'll watch the whole project from beginning to end. So really, I don't think Colorado Performance, I'm not sure they're doing anything wrong, Kevin. I think that they're probably dealing with things they encountered. Is that possible?
Yep, I agree. And they said they're going to work on it. So, you almost got to give them the benefit of the doubt until you can't. But,
At
give
least,
them a shot. Let's see what they
how
can
many
do.
how many shots did they have at it, Robert?
I had a Brighton Auto Body. I had a Corvette Connection.
No. I'm asking
And then-
how many shots did Colorado Performance have on installation of this clutch?
Well, they had all of May.
I'm not
and
talking. No,
then
I'm not
it was
talking about
all
how long
messed
they
up.
had it. How many times they installed it once, and then it had a bad vibration. And what they're doing this week is number 2 attempt. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. What I would do, Kevin, I think you got to agree with me on this. This is only going to be their second shot.
Yep, they got to get a chance. Maybe they can figure it out. Give them a
Now,
chance.
what I would, Robert, you can call us back, and then we'll get an expert maybe to look at it. But after just one attempt, for goodness sakes, and this is going to be their second attempt, I would let them try it and just say, look, just play with them on this, because really you have to give them a chance. Then we can always have an expert look at it. But right now, I would keep it where it is. Kevin Calkins, SheridanAutotech.com. Always appreciate your input. We got more right after this.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Now, Impact Traffic.
From the Superstar Car Wash Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
Yeah, we're still dealing with delays coming out of the Tech Center. A crash still clearing northbound 25 at 225 off to the right side, but it's been slow. Back past Arapahoe, we're still seeing some jamming on I-70 eastbound between Tower and Colfax. That is construction. 270 is running a little heavy both directions there out of Commerce City. And it looks like I-25 both directions out into downtown between I-70 and Broadway. A little slow also. We're not dealing with any real major delays at this point. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll share the story of the beloved cartoon, Scooby-Doo. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Hey, if you run into a real estate issue and need an attorney, maybe you're a landlord trying to navigate the new seas right now of tenant-landlord laws. He can help you write leases to preserve your rights, especially with the just clause that many have to incorporate. Here's what I want to tell you. O'Brien Legal Services is there for all real estate issues, including just document reviews, writing up special agreements, So give them a call if you ever need help. Brad O'Brien and his team specialize in this. olslaw.com. That's Brad O'Brien, O'Brien Legal Services. 720-370-7388. 720-370-7388. Solar. It's big, it's bad, it's wonderful, it's still here. People think it's going away. Right now, you still have full tax credits and financing available. I urge you to call Red Rocks Roof and Solar for your solar system. They do more than just sales. They do the installation and the service. They know solar. They are technicians as well as salespeople. They're a 100% complete solar company. RedRocksRS.com, especially with commercial units. They can get it paid for from the government if you qualify for the REAP grant. 303-704-2449. 704-2449.
Very nice.
Okay, I gotcha.
4 minutes if you need to go.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hey, bro. Sure, I got my cup up there. So anyway, life good?
Yes. And by the way, you sound and look like you're back to normal.
You know, it's my week off. It's my good week, I call it. You know, I call it my good week. So I decided that on my chemo weeks, I'm not going to push it. I might just take the Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off on the chemo weeks.
Good. Congratulations.
On what? On
This is Thursday.
Oh, yeah. That was not good. It was not good, bro. It was not good.
Yeah.
It just knocks the piss out of me.
Look at me now.
Yeah. So
You feel great?
yeah, I do. I just got to figure out what to eat. You know, I didn't eat today, but I'm having. What's that? I know. I'm trying to figure out what to order. Is that for 3 of us?
Just a little bit.
For the 3 of us.
It's like Doritos.
You know what? Mexican takeout might be good. Hey, Paul, do you like Mexican?
Yeah. Bean.
If I did beans, you would not be able to stay in this place.
Completely just thinking about it.
Would you go for some Mexican or not?
Thank you for the offer. I'm gonna drink coffee. I brought extra cream.
We got too much cream now. Okay.
Well, because there's only this much left in the previous.
Is it?
You should also.
So I need to get some lunch here. So I'm gonna go to DoorDash. But you're gonna eat, right, Paul?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay. Whatever. I'll find some. I'll find something, brother.
apologize to coffee while I look. Hey, you know what? You might be trying to talk about mine.
No, he'll do it. Just cream. No sweetener, right? Okay.
Do you like a little medium or a lot? Medium. Medium cream? Yes, sir.
And then, yeah, okay. Give him the full cup. That's what I usually do for him. The full cup. Yeah. Yeah, but I meant the full on the machine. That's what I make for him.
It's real organic cream. I appreciate that. Should about half and half. You know, that's good stuff. You know, yeah, it's sweet and very kind of your day.
Oh, great. Perfect. What's I gonna do? Oh. I know what I was gonna do. You know, it's hard to believe that the EPA is tailoring what they regulate based on what they think the municipalities can be.
So basically what it is, very key, the reason why I call it cover up, and it truly is, if they go to the pharmaceuticals
Right.
and they don't report it, that's a cover up. So
All right.
there's another PFAS.
400.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. And, let's see. Some of these calls, I just throw up my hands. I mean, there's just, I don't know. There are some problems on this show you're going to hear about that what I can do is help you prevent in your life, but not necessarily help the person on the line all the time. Now, we try like hell. Right now, though, we're going to talk to Cynthia from a month ago, I'm told. Did you talk to me a month ago, Cynthia?
It was actually about the middle of May.
The middle of May, and it was about cataracts. Tell me what happened. Was it Colorado Eye Clinic for dry eyes?
Yes.
And they sold you a dry eye mask for $1,000?
Right.
And you found online where you could buy it for like $87.
Right.
Wow.
And I cannot, I have called the doctor. He doesn't answer the phone. I said, let's take care of this like adults. I'll bring back the mask, and you return my $1,000. I never got a call back. I did send to the DPO, or I'm sorry, DORA. I've never heard anything from them.
Well, Cynthia, let's talk about this, okay? And I want you to step back and talk about it, because I'm not saying I agree with this. But they did nothing technically wrong. I mean, I think they did a ton of stuff wrong as far as ethics and all of that. But technically, what did they do wrong? Technically, they sold you an eye mask that you bought willingly for $1,000. Then you went on later and found out and are you positive it's the same exact one for $87.99?
Yes, I checked the number and everything.
On Amazon? Did you go to Amazon or where?
No. I went to the manufacturer's website.
What is that? The what manufacturer's website?
That would be Wizard Research.
Wizard Research. So is Wizard the one that makes this?
Yes.
A dry eye mask. I see it. Okay. Oh, it actually has an electronic box with. What does it actually do? Does it work? Let's talk about that. Does it work?
I don't know. I didn't try it. Something in my gut told me that this wasn't worth $1,000.
Yeah, but you didn't try. But you have it, so you didn't try. You've never used it?
No.
So you're afraid if you use it, the guy's going to say it's too late.
Yes.
I get it. Well, the ratings on this thing is spectacular. I'm not telling you to do it, and I'm not telling you it's worth $1,000. And everywhere I see, the most expensive I see is like $150.
Right.
The most expensive. God, he charged you $1,000? Wait a minute. We need to have somebody call him. Did we have anybody call him? I want to know what his excuse is for charging $1,000. Hey, Doc.
No, nobody.
Yeah, I'll give him a call.
Doc, let's just say, look, man, are you selling these masks? If he doesn't want to talk about her, just say, are you selling these masks that you can buy on Amazon for $87 or $90, $100? Are you selling them for $1,000? What's the name of this doctor? Oh, Colorado Eye Clinic. What is the doctor's name?
Right. Oh, it's a foreign name. I'm so sorry.
Okay, never mind. We don't need it. So here's what we're gonna do. Doc will need it, but he'll call you off the air to get it, and then we'll see what he has to say. God, I mean, I find it so hard to believe that there are people doing this, but guess what? It happens all the time. Pricing is an issue. There really is no answer. I mean, there is an answer. Technically, if you go to court, there's something called unconscionable. Would this be considered unconscionable, do you think? If you found out you could buy this for $87 and they charge you $1,000, how would you feel?
It also depends on how it was presented. If he said, look, you have to have this, it's the only one that'll do blah, blah, blah. If he sort of used his powers of coercion as an agent in trust.
You're right. If he lied to her about it, basically.
Right.
Yeah. Fraud in the inducement, as they say. Let's talk to Richard, who's been working with Suzanne on a problem. This was with Excel. What was the issue, Richard? How long ago was it?
I got the smart meters put on.
Oh, I remember that. And when did you call us first? Is this
a couple weeks ago?
Is this the one where you had solar on your home, on the garage, and on the house?
Yeah.
And each had its own meter?
Yep.
Okay.
And the bill went from $20 to, between both of them, $700 plus.
Are you kidding me? So what did you find out about it? Did Sue's she had a contact over there she was going to ask. So this was around 4 years ago. You had solar put on your home and garage. You each had its own meter.
Yep.
Then then your electric bills were around $22 a month. Then the smart meters were installed. What does Excel say about this? I mean, obviously no one would have a smart meter. Did each meter go up to how much?
The one on my house, so it credits the shop first.
Yeah.
And then it credits the house.
Okay.
So
what you get at the house, or at the shop is primary in their eyes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what basically though are your bills for both? What are your bills?
They went from basically $18 to $25. To the last billing cycle, $730.
Oh my God! There's no what? Come on! What did they tell you? They got to talk to you about this.
First, they said that maybe the old meter wasn't reading right.
Well, that's a possibility. I mean, if you were only paying $22, how would you address something like that?
Well, from what I could tell, I asked them, am I getting any solar credits? And they said, yeah, you got like 200 kilowatt hours for the last billing cycle.
When you say solar credit, Richard, how does it work on your system? Do they take all of the solar you produce, and then they take all the solar that you use, and you have a net billing? Is that how it works?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hold on a second. I got to take this break. This is unbelievable. We have to get someone to talk to us about this. You don't go from $20 to $700 without an explanation. We'll find out right after this.
Yep.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
We're still dealing with delays coming out of the tech center. A crash still clearing northbound.
Makes sense.
225 off to the right side, but it's been slow. Back past
the
Arapahoe. We're still seeing some jamming on I-70 eastbound between Tower and Colfax. That is construction. 270 is running a little heavy both directions there out of Commerce City. And it looks like I-25 both directions out into down.
One of my favorites is, how does a thermos know to keep my drinks cold?
Or hot,
Point
right?
in traffic. I'm Jonathan.
Yeah.
This week on Red
You're
Pilled
so
America,
smart.
we tell the
Thinking of stuff like that.
citizenship
It doesn't even plug in.
working to change the fabric of our nation. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America, a storytelling show.
You want to be a landlord? You know, you've heard about the money you can make, mostly in equity. You buy it and then sell it, and the rent kind of sustains it while you have it. Well, it's hard to do that, if not impossible, in Colorado now. Vestera Turnkey is helping people all over the country become landlords, and they're situated right here in Denver. So if you want to be a landlord, you contact them. They handhold everything. It's like a nanny. They help you acquire the property in a market that's promising. They help you manage that property. They even take day-to-day phone calls. They help you with everything that comes up, and you sit there and enjoy great returns, sometimes 40, 50% a year. You need to find out more. They have a seminar coming up. I'll be there. It's July 19th. So please remember, July 19th, mark your calendars, mybiggestreturn.com, mybiggestreturn.com. Joe Lazare is a criminal defense attorney I hope you absolutely never need, but sometimes people get into trouble, let's face it. Or they get a DUI or a traffic jam or argument with a neighbor, whatever it is. Look, Joe Lazare does free initial consultations and then flat rate pricing. You never have to shop under pressure. Put the name away. As I said, you might need to refer it to someone or use it someday. But right now, I want you to know flat rate pricing so you'll know the price of everything up front. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. LazaraLegal.com.
Thank you.
I have a stupid thought, Shannon.
Yes, sir?
If I had a tiny tone, I mean a tiny one, that would, so I don't always have to say after this, if I can just end and go to a break, but, or should I just rely on you relying on my inflections? I just don't want to always say after this.
Right. And I think our percentages are pretty good at me picking up on what you're putting down. But
okay, I'm going to try it then without, I started hanging up on the same words. And after this sounds kind of like, well, what's going on before this? Nothing.
Right. Yeah. No, I understand that.
Okay.
Yeah. It'd be fun to end on different crescendos all the time, right?
That's exactly right, if you can, right.
Cynthia's going blind! And then, bam, I go to break. But I'd never pick up on that.
I'll see. Well, we usually have good rhythm. We'll figure it out.
I told you once that, God dang it, who is it? Imus, Don Imus. I watched him on a few remotes when he came through town.
Oh, yeah?
And he had one phone line that was connected back to the studio, and he would
we used to do that, and it was a tone. It would tone it.
Yeah, you just hit one of the push button tones. Yeah.
Yep. Shannon, I think we did that.
I'm sure we tried it based on that Imus experience. Yeah. And part of the problem is tying up we just don't have another phone line in here that I can put on a speakerphone.
You're right.
Yeah. It would be nice if there was some sort of contact closure thing you could create where there's even a light or something that would go off in the room. And you know that it's available even on these connections. As a matter of fact, between Comrex units, there is a connection for all sorts of offline communication. Texting, all sorts of crap from Comrex to Comrex.
Oh, wow.
For what?
To move my coffee maker back over to the other place. That's because this rag is already here.
Isn't it? I know. Your water does it. I've said it every single time. Or better.
That's the softest one.
Starbucks has this after char or whatever it is. Why they call it Charbucks. I find it way better here, and it's the same coffee, but there's something about the Starbucks coffee that has a bitter aftertaste. Every single time I get it. Yeah. But you think you can taste it?
Hey, Tom,
Yes.
did you ever hear about Civet coffee?
What is it called?
Civet, C-I-V-E-T.
Where is it?
Okay, so in parts of Southeast Asia, there are rodent-like animals called civets. And what they do is they feed them raw coffee beans.
And then they shit them out.
And they shit them out. and
Kobe
it's-
Lawak.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. And believe it or not, during the break, Deputy Doc was telling me about crap coffee. And little
It's
animals.
called civet coffee.
Little animals eat the beans and crap out the coffee, and then they use that to make the coffee.
Yes, sir.
Never in a trillion years would I do that. Would I drink that?
I have some. Do you want to try it?
Tom, it's fed. These beans are fed to this animal called a civet cat.
Yeah,
That's what I just said.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then they excrete it, and you can make a cup of crappuccino if you'd like.
Boom! I love that one. Crappuccino.
Hey, Tom, you want to try it?
No, I don't.
Come on, I have some. I'm serious. I have some at home.
Well, I don't even know if my chemotherapy can battle that. Hey, Greg has a comment on that Corvette issue. The Corvette issue, the guy's putting out he's putting a customized clutch on a customized engine in a customized car. And they didn't get it right the first time. And, we told him, give him a second try. What's going on, Greg? What's your comment on this?
Good morning, Tom. How you doing?
Good,
Long-time
man.
listener.
Do you know about C4s?
I know a lot more about the motor than I do about the car.
Okay.
So what happens when you build a 383 stroker is you're taking a 350 and you're putting a 400 crank in it.
Okay.
And the difference between a 350 crank and a 400 crank, a 350 crank is internally balanced. So you're zero on the flywheel, you're zero on the balance.
So it needs a different kind of clutch.
He needs a different flywheel. So on a 400, which that crankshaft is, and that if it's a 383 stroker.
We're running out of time, and I want to ask you a question. Are they not barking up the right tree? Hold on.
Very nice. Hey, I had a cup of that coffee with Stephen B. Williams.
Yeah, and you know what happened to him?
Well, then again, I'm not sleeping with a guy who wants my money.
That was so horrible. So horrible.
I think the Tom Jensen deal was worse only because...
Now, you mean George.
No, George, it is awful. But Tom, I'm not a fan of...
Didn't Tom eat the shotgun?
Yeah.
It was terrible. You know what? Did you know Stephanie and I had dinner with them that week?
Oh, that explains it now.
No, we had dinner with him, and he seemed very bitter about being let go by the orchestra, but I just never pegged it for suicide. My God.
No kidding.
What do you think?
There was a movie with Jack Nicholson and someone else.
All right, but on a bright note, here's Dragon.
Get all these different.
Oh no, we gotta go with the B team.
Yeah,
sucks to be you.
They talked about civet coffee.
I have some at home.
Do you? Is it really good? Or?
I haven't tried it yet.
I hear it's pretty crappy coffee.
Oh, you just keep them coming, brother.
The next time I go to his house.
And can you imagine being the guy who has to pick the coffee beans out?
Okay.
I'll let you know if it's certainly.
What a shitty job that would be.
Coffee beans or whatever.
It's like crap to me.
I love the Crappuccino. I love it. Oh, that's what I was doing. Damn it. Run out of. Okay, so I have. Okay, I want to talk about this one too. This is unbelievable. Just. DoorDash is. Oh, stop that. Now, I was just talking about DoorDash, and you're such a freak.
What are you talking about? Somebody at your door?
I hate that. And then he has the smoke alarm sound. He has all the irritable sounds in the world. Oh, God, I hate that. He is such an asshole.
How come you don't have the La Cucaracha song?
So what is the best
Yeah,
place
I can't go number 2 anymore.
What's the best place? El Chubby's, Alvarado's, Los Tamales?
Black congresswoman who.
I don't know.
The Texas chick who.
I just don't know.
Every time she talks at a hearing, there is somebody in the crowd.
Jasmine?
Jasmine. That is playing the beat.
La Fajitas, Taco
And there was,
Bell,
I
Illegal
came across
Pete's.
a video of
Nah.
A black guy who I follow on TikTok.
La Fogata.
Conservative, great, brilliant, funny.
Yeah.
So if you're in the mood for an
This
actual
should be
burrito,
racist,
like an
but
American
I'm glad
burrito,
it's not,
Illegal
'cause,
Pete's is the best.
Damn, that's funny. He says,
But that's
if
not
I was
Mexican
disagreeing with somebody,
Little Anita's, that's a good place, I heard.
I would have to laugh,
Right.
then have them ejected.
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
You know, you go, that's a good one back there. Now get the fuck out. That's good.
You keep it much warmer down here now since you're going through your thing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, are you hot? Do you want me to turn the air on? I will. I promise you. No, you will not. I promise you. I don't mean to do that. So, let me tell you what the temp is. It is 74. So you want to make it 70?
Do you mind? I mean,
Oh no,
I'd
not
like
at
it
all,
to be
bro.
90.
Well, you are unhealthy. Don't ever
I've gotten so cold in my life. I'm always cold. I love when I go out in 95-degree weather and I just feel the most wonderful. Honest to God, I feel so.
As we get older, we can't tolerate cold like we used to. But you know something? The colder you are, the more calories you
know what I
have.
got. Hello.
I don't like that enchilada. It's open-faced. Have you ever heard of open-faced enchilada? Well, I don't want it, damn it. And I like Little Anita's, but I'm not going to go with it. Just because of that. I just want a good melted cheese enchilada.
Hey, Tom, are you done with Greg?
Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out Greg here.
Greg.
Yeah, let me see. No, I want him to elaborate more.
Okay.
Just not getting too technical, but I don't know. Just
What
have
about
us say.
Richard?
Yeah, I'm still working on that.
Okay.
That one is amazing. That needs something done.
All right, Phil, just be patient with me. We're going to get to you as soon as possible, okay?
That thing yesterday where a guy starts
All right.
a fire
Hang
and
on.
starts picking on firefighters.
Oh
Hey,
my
Renita,
God, where did that happen?
It's Kelly. Just be
Oh,
patient
that
with
is
me.
so
We're going to get to
sick.
you as soon as possible, okay?
That is so sick.
Yeah, it's with the.
I want to ask something silly. Nah, never
Nope.
mind.
Just
I was wondering Taco Bell.
Just,
They
just
suck.
hang on for me, and we'll be with you as soon as possible, okay?
Pulling the reins on these district judges.
Oh, you mean saying you can't talk for the whole country?
Yeah.
So do you want an enchilada?
No, I'm good.
You don't want any?
Yeah, I don't want anything. I'm good, really. Thank you. I'm still full from breakfast. I felt bad. I had a big Jardiance on there. So I was hungry. I had to take it with medicine. I forgot. So I go to Starbucks and like a bum, I get something to go.
Oh.
So horrible. I don't think of it. I felt stupid.
Well, you got the rest of your life to make up
to make up to, don't I? Next time, I will not let him down. Have you guys gone out to that Italian buffet off of 104th?
I've driven by it a million times. I've heard good things about it.
I'm gonna go Thursday.
Oh, nice. But good meatballs and so on.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Lots of cheese.
All these local news anchors are on TikTok now. I find it fascinating.
Cheese? Who's that girl?
She's the traffic girl.
Oh, she's here in Denver?
Yeah.
Damn, she hot.
Who? Where is she?
She's on Erica Lopez channel.
Can Stephanie invite her over here?
Yeah.
Can Stephanie invite her to Meat Fest?
Yeah. Okay. Now that might be.
K-How.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Let's talk about your problems, questions, and complaints. We've had a number of different problems varying from cars to real estate to more. Whatever you have on your mind, you can always call 303-MARTINO for help, 303-627-8466, and we'll get to you. One of the notable calls was how to track down people's investment accounts after they passed. We had a guy whose uncle died, and he said, I know he had $4 or $5 million sitting around. Well, those accounts, each account generated 1099, and the investment house where they have custody of it, the custodial company like a Schwab or a Fidelity or something, the custodial company will issue a 1099 on each account. That 1099 is a statement of earnings that will certainly have the account number and the amount of the benefit. So it'll tell you a lot about it. Just the account number alone and the institution. That was great information we got. Now, Greg has a comment on a Corvette issue. Basically, this is out of the realm of most people listening, but this guy has a customized C4 Corvette with a customized motor, and he wanted to put a customized clutch in. And we don't have a highly technical audience necessarily, but the bottom line was Colorado Performance tried putting the clutch in, and he got a terrible vibration, and we got a call on it. And what I want to know is this, Greg, pertaining to this case, because most of my audience doesn't care about being educated on customized Corvettes, but regarding this case, can they ever install it properly, or are you saying it needs another part in order to be complete?
Well, what the problem is that they put a 400 crankshaft into a 350 motor, and a 400 is externally balanced. So if you put a flywheel on a 400 crankshaft that belongs to a 350, you're not balanced.
Okay.
And that's what produces the wobble and the vibration.
So are you saying the clutch itself will never work without another part, or they're not doing it correctly?
The clutch itself is correct. The flywheel itself is wrong.
Okay.
The flywheel,
flywheel
needs to be totally balanced.
Okay, and so you're saying that the clutch will never work right if the flywheel isn't balanced, and that makes sense to me.
Yeah, well, the flywheel has to be externally balanced on a 400 crankshaft.
And I obviously I don't know the difference between externally balanced, internally balanced. But I imagine people. Go ahead.
All small block Chevys are internally balanced except for a 400.
But internally balanced means it's done before you seal the engine?
No, it means the crankshaft itself is balanced, and you run out to a balancer and flywheel, which run 0-0. So they're not weighted. They're just a 0-0 for spin. if you put a 400 crankshaft in, you have to have a different balancer.
Okay. You lost 99%. Thank you, though, Greg. I really do appreciate you calling. And so he's saying thank you very much for calling, Greg. He said basically to the shop, unless you balance that flywheel, the clutch is never going to work, even though it's the correct clutch. And again, Greg, I'm sorry for not getting overly technical. It's just not going to work with the show. Now, Richard, this is the one that just has me scratching my head and has me so freaking, man, I just can't believe it's real. So basically you're saying that your smart meter went from, your electric bills went from $400, from $22 a month to $700 a month. I mean, that's unheard of. And all Excel Energy has to say is, well, have you been paying all this extra electric since you started?
I paid the last bill, which was shortly after they put the smart meters on, where the bills were $126 and $107.
Yeah.
And they said, well, we'll look into it.
God,
okay,
this is incredible. Listen, people, can you imagine having a smart meter put on your house? And now, instead of getting a $22 bill on that meter, you get a $700 bill.
Is this a time of use thing?
Yeah, Dragon, isn't that what a smart meter does in general?
Yes and no. Smart meter allows Excel to read your meter from their home office rather than sending somebody out to your home. So it will save you money to get a smart meter. But what they did was they tied time of use billing to smart meters. You can unleash yourself from time of use billing and just get a flat rate and not have to worry about getting charged 3 or 4 times as much in the afternoon than you normally would.
But I wonder what the flat rate would be on his. Richard, have you ever asked about that?
I didn't. I did actually get a hold of them about removing the smart meters.
Wait a minute.
They don't charge you a monthly fee to have them come out and read it.
When you say remove it, you didn't remove it. You had them remove it.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, that is correct.
And when they removed them, so now you're back to a regular meter?
Yep.
And what are the bills on your regular meter?
They just changed them out this last week.
Oh, well, then we have to. So your question is not going to. So if your bill goes back down to, let's say, $22, $25.
Plus the fee that they would have to come out and read it. So it's an extra 10 or 15.
Yeah. So let's say his bill goes back down to $35 or $40. He should ask for a refund for those overcharges, don't you think? I think he should.
Because when you get the smart meter, it does say you are on time of use billing, so you do have to be proactive.
But okay, Dragon, listen to this. Yeah. Listen to this. Could it truly? Can you imagine a scenario where it goes from $25 to $700?
Yeah, if you're running your air conditioner all the time in the afternoon in those on peak hours, then yeah, you're screwing yourself on time of use.
Holy crap.
You're paying almost 3, sometimes even 4 times the amount you would in off-peak time.
Okay, 2 quick things.
Yes.
The $500 bill is on my garage, so it has no AC, and the house doesn't have AC.
Well, God, how can you even...
That is puzzling,
how can a garage, under any scenario... What kind of garage are we talking about?
I mean, it's an 1,800 square foot garage, but
is it like a shop?
Air compressor running all the time.
It's a shop.
It's just for my personal projects. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you working on it in the afternoon?
On the weekend. No, I only work in there on the weekends.
And there's no air conditioner in the garage or the house anyway. So this can't be a time of use issue.
It might not be
a technical problem. Now, I do have personal experience with a conflict with Excel Energy. A few years ago, I filed a complaint with the PUC here, the Colorado PUC. It was online. It was only a few minutes. And I got a response back from Excel next day.
Because you went to the PUC?
They take it very seriously.
That's a good idea, Richard. But I would wait to see first, did my bills go back down? Okay. If your bills went back down to normal, then I would petition them for a refund, except that Dragons say you're not due a refund because you signed all the disclaimers when they put it on there.
Well, from looking at my bills, from what I could see, they weren't crediting me all the power I was producing.
I have a question.
Go ahead. Solar?
We recently had ours swapped out, but we didn't sign anything. We weren't home. The guy
just swapped out the meter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the agreement though for the smart meter is that it's time of use.
But basically, they said
you have to opt out of time of use. Yeah,
you have to opt out of it, but you can still. So you can have a smart meter and get a flat rate.
Correct. That's what I've got right now. Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you something. Would a smart meter with a flat rate be cheaper than a regular meter and paying for the visit?
Depending on when you're using your electricity. So I'm off in the afternoon. So I'm home in the afternoon, and I want my air conditioning running because I'm home and I want to stay cool.
So you want the flat rate? Yeah. No, I'm asking you. I was asking, comparing the flat rate smart meter to a regular meter. If you pay for the visit, how much do they charge you?
It's $15, $20 more per month because they've got to send a person out to read the meter.
So I'm wondering, in your scenario, which one would be cheaper, the flat rate or the... And the flat rate, does it really mean flat rate? I mean, well, what if you use more?
Then you're paying more. I mean, you're paying the flat rate for the
the flat rate for the for the usage.
For the kilowatt.
Got it.
Correct.
Okay, a flat rate per kilowatt. It doesn't matter when you use it.
Correct.
It's the same rate. Got it.
Correct.
You know, Richard, one thing at a time. Let's wait to see. I just made notes on your case. Let's wait to see what your electric bill is so we know what we're asking for. Basically, that's what, because we don't even know what to ask for. Are we asking, what if your rate doesn't go back down? Is it possible those previous meters were bad? I mean, maybe. Who knows? You might have been getting away with it. Although I can't imagine anything at all in a shop, an 1,800 square foot shop. I have a shop. And I can't imagine anything. I have a compressor that goes on and off now and then to keep the air on. But what could possibly...
Nothing. Only air conditioners can consume that much power.
Or a heater.
Or a heater.
A dryer or something,
heater.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's got to be some kind of a technical flaw, but we'll know probably for sure as soon as Richard gets his...
Yeah, so Richard, you make sure to call us back. Well, I marked this as a follow-up for sure.
Fascinating.
Yeah, it's very fascinating. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. K&H Home Solutions, by the way, window siding, doors, and more. K&H has what you're looking for, including painting pros right now. What I love about K&H is how long they've been around, 65 years. And they have beautiful, energy-efficient products that not only beautify your home, but make it more energy efficient. KHWindows.com.
This is Dan Kaplis. A profound lack of respect for human life is causing an explosion of reckless driving, which is leaving a trail of dead and broken bodies on our roadways. Our firm is dedicated to forcing reckless drivers and their insurance carriers to pay in full for all of the harm they inflict. We are a serious firm for serious cases. We accept righteous injury cases on a percentage fee basis. If you need our help, please call 303-770-5551 or hit dankapleslaw.com.
All right. You know what? I really love when people are prepared for things, and that includes retirement planning. So, with retirement planning, there are a lot of factors to consider. Now, one of them is income. Do you want to just draw down your account, or do you want to put it into a product that will help you have income, like a fixed indexed annuity? Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies is happy to talk to you about this kind of an account. rpcenter.com, 970-663-3030. 3211. Part of a good retirement plan has to allow for income. Now, if you're earlier in life, they can show you how to get ready to have that converted to income by growing a nest egg. So give them a call if you have any concerns and want a coach to help you with retirement. 970-663-3211, rpcenter.com. Yeah, that's the worst example I've ever heard of a smart meter ever.
Doesn't sound so smart to me.
A small correction. What happened, why there was that delay, but if you want to check out my Archers in Boulder some weeks ago. Our gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text SCHOOL to 323232 right now. Text SCHOOL to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's SCHOOL to 323232. Text SCHOOL to 323232 now.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement, now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of the meeting, you put let them try it and just. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know.
Did you hear about the new legislation lawmakers are considering to control taxing districts and little quasi governments like water districts and park districts, and because they're considering an agency to oversee them. If you think about it, these are government agencies like a water district.
Yeah, with unelected officials, yes.
Well, some of them are elected, but they're elected like in the electric bill, in the water bill you got to send back. And anyway, a lot of they're operating illegally a lot of times. I mean, they're just like little dictators.
No, absolutely are. They have no.
And you're right. Sometimes they're not elected. They are. They have a meeting and they nominate. So they're elected like in that little quorum.
Other elected officials appoint them.
In some of them,
yes.
Some of them are totally independent, though.
Yeah. See, these boards.
Like this
HOA,
water district here.
An HOA could be in charge of a water district.
I know, right.
So, but that's why I pay sales tax up front when I buy equipment, because I can't keep track of all the little districts that I have to pay taxes to. You need a full-time employee. Plus, if you do that, then you give them authorization.
Oh, I know, to audit you.
Yeah.
So these companies that do business in all these jurisdictions, they have to keep track of all the
every single one. That's right. That's why it makes no sense to do that. Pay the tax up front.
Just pay it.
Yeah. Why do you tax exempt? So if I buy something and someone wants to charge me 8%, I pay 8%. It's cheaper than
hiring somebody.
Hiring someone, yeah. And then a lot of these things, Tom, you got to go on a website and navigate through a website.
Oh, I know.
If you pay sales tax on a product you sell, you don't have to charge sales tax?
No. If I pay the tax, I buy the equipment. So I don't have a sales tax license, so I don't go tax exempt. I have them charge me tax.
Just pay like a regular consumer.
Customer doesn't have to.
No, because I've already paid the tax up front.
But he can raise the price accordingly if he wanted to.
Yeah. So I do a service. I'm not a retail store. I don't have a store about retail. So, and that's what landscapers do. That's what a lot of plumbers do. They do a service.
It's easier sometimes to just pay the tax than to, if you claim tax exempt, you'd have to keep track of every single time you install something and where it is and what it is.
Yeah.
They file many dozens of taxes.
Yeah, to get out of paying what? A few dollars in taxes. But you still have to charge the end user though, right?
No, I don't charge the end user.
No, not you. But if you're tax exempt, that doesn't get your consumer out of paying sales tax.
Yeah, because I pay the tax up. No,
that's K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Tom Martino here at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I want to talk to Phil, who has an issue with a tree. Phil, what kind of an issue can anyone have with a tree, sir? What's going on with you?
Well, my grandson and I planted this tree when he was 7 years old.
Okay.
He's 32 now. It's a autumn purple ash tree. It's a beautiful tree. But my neighbor was telling me that he had to cut down his ash tree because he had the beetle borer.
The beetle?
So he had to cut that down. Do you know anything about the beetle borer?
I know about, listen, I know about different parasites and different insects that plague trees and vegetation, but I don't know about that one specifically. But
you don't?
No, not about that one.
This is a beautiful tree, and I hate to see it go.
Why don't you call someone, listen, call someone on a referral list to come out and treat it.
Okay. I want somebody that is a specialist. I don't want some...
I think we have a tree specialist. I'm looking at it right now. I'm going to see. I believe we have... doggone, I thought we had trees. Hold on, let me look.
Okay.
We have GE Tree Service has been with us for years.
GE Tree Service?
Yep. GE Tree Service. 303.
Do you have a phone? Do you have a phone number?
303.
303.
500.
500.
2017. 2017.
2017?
Yes. And also go to referrallist.com because I don't want to recite numbers on the air. Mr. Green Jeans is another one that can help you out. Thanks for calling, Phil. Appreciate it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Don't forget 303 Martino. Eugene has a comment on that XL issue where the guy's electric bills went from around $25 a month to $700 a month because he switched to a smart meter. Eugene, what do you have to say about that?
Okay, well, I'm a retired XL energy meterman.
Okay.
And one thing I can say about the these new meters that they've installed, they're installed by a third-party contractor who just goes through like a 2-week training period.
Yeah.
As to, how to change a meter safely and stuff.
Sure.
So don't get hurt. And the difference between a meter that's time of use for a regular house and a net meter is the net meter has a different program in it. And my thought is that maybe they installed one that doesn't have the net meter program in it.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. So in other words, it's accurate, but it's not giving him credit for the energy produced.
Right. And the only way they're going to be able to know is an XL Energy meterman's going to have to go out there and see what program's in that meter so that they know that the proper program.
Well, except that he went back to the other one already. So what is he going to do to go back in time?
The whole thing is
can he go back? Is there a way to go back in time to see if they were giving him credit? Does it mention it on the bill?
He should have, yes, on the bill. It should show him what he's produced and what he's used.
So if during the time he had that smart meter, it wasn't producing any electricity, his solar system, then he can assume it probably did not have the right programming in it. They're going to have to issue him a credit of some kind. I really believe that. But thank you for pointing us in that direction. That is a very, very smart way to go, and we'll let him know about that. 303-713-8255. So what's going on with fire in a house and what do you do afterwards? Also, we're going to talk about water. Now, Paul the Waterman is here with us. I want to ask him a quick question. I got a text on this one, and they want to know, really, for lead, is there anything you can do for lead? Did you know that 10 of the largest school districts in Colorado all have unsafe levels of lead?
Yeah, majority of your refrigerator filters, inline filters for the refrigerator, can rated for lead. Any solid carbon black filter will take lead out.
So lead is not that difficult to get out. Is lead a problem in the metro area?
Denver, old infrastructure, the Denver Water District is still mailing water pitchers, and
really,
yeah, and sending notices out to folks about lead levels. Yes.
I'm just wondering if we really knew the quality of our water coming out of the tap.
We really, truly don't.
But if we did, would we drink it?
No, that's the whole thing about this bill that was passed in '74, the Clean Drink Water Act, the Safe Drink Water Act. The EPA is denying us the truth about the quality of our water, where we can make a decision. Do we want to consume it or not?
I mean, obviously we have to have public water supplies, right? We have to. So they get them as clean as they can and then get a system for home. I see a time, and I've said this before, where home systems will be as common as having air conditioning.
Or your furnace. I think they should give rebates to folks to buy drinking water filter systems. If they're going to give you a rebate to buy an electric car, to buy an e-bike, they should do the same thing for water filtration.
Yeah, but that has to do with health.
Well, it's the same. It's the quality.
I know, but the government gives rebates for stuff that will better the environment, I think. I agree with you, by the way. I'm not disagreeing. There should be some incentive to get people clean water.
Chatfield has the PFAS levels are so high that they give notice out that they limit the fish consumption in Chatfield Reservoir.
Because of the forever chemicals that get inside the fish.
Correct. And they use that same body of water to supply people.
We got more coming up. I'm Tom Martino.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
From the Superstar Car Wash Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
Yeah, not doing too badly for the most part. A couple of off-freeway crashes causing delays. One down at Arapahoe, westbound at Havana, and then out in the Lakewood area, southbound Kipling at Quincy. That is backed up quite a ways. And we've had some slowing coming in and out of downtown. There was a crash northbound at 8th. They've cleared that off to the side. East side of I-70 is a little busy, along with 270, and it looks like a little bit of traffic out of the airport on Pena may hold you up just a little bit. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, as a part of our Hollywood Goes to War series, we'll share why James Arness wasn't just a hero in Gunsmoke, but in Africa during World War II as well.
If you're looking for windows, don't you want selection? Why go to a company that only has one line of window, even if they think it's the greatest? You have the right to choose at Gravina's 50 brands of windows they represent. Plus, they have multiple lines of siding and doors, so they have what you need to beautify the outside of your home and increase its value. That's 303 Gravina, 950 West Evans. Larry started with his dad. Now his son Nick is with Larry. It's a family affair that most companies just dream about. 303 Gravina or gravinas.com. Being injured in a car accident is really jolting. It's really, truly a life-changing event in many cases. Right away, you want information, and you should get free information, and you can get it from John Fuller. You know, most attorneys want you to sign up, then they talk to you. With Fuller, you call and say, I want to talk to John. You can talk to him up front before hiring him. And if you do hire him, it's on a percentage fee basis. But all initial consultations bear no fee whatsoever. You can just call and ask him anything you want about your case. 303-597-4500. 597-4500. John Fuller. I feel so selfish. Dun, 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 dun.
I just texted you that thing about the Colorado, PFAS, and they're telling folks to eat the fish. Horrible.
Yeah, today is a good day, but I'm going to get the shit knocked out of me a week from Wednesday. I have every other week off.
Just enjoy the next week and a half.
But I'm past 7 treatments now. Past 7, so I got 5 more. 5 more. The day that's done, oh God Almighty.
It's the luckiest year of your life.
Yeah, that's a grateful way of looking at it. That's great. Oh my God. Finding it, eradicating it. And you think about it.
Surgery.
Yeah.
You know what they do during that?
I know it. I know.
Some people don't.
No, I know.
This year of your life.
You wonder why, don't you? You had a great group of people that were.
Oh my God, I had such a big prayer group.
Listen, when you pray, it's real.
Oh, I know it is. Brother, I know it is. Okay, I got the State Fish Advisory.
The second one I sent you talks about Chatfield and Bar Lake.
God Almighty.
It's not good, brother. Microplastics. Before Mother's Day, they said that penetrated the brain. You have enough microplastics in your brain to make up a credit card. After Mother's Day, they realized that and said you have enough microplastics in your brain to make up a plastic fork. I could, there's a lot of microplastics.
None of us will escape it, right?
No. This is something that you're not gonna take. They don't do something now. You're talking a multi-generational issue. And there could be acres of farmland because of the
contaminated.
Yeah, that's right. Because of the biosolids. They got to not to be crude, the poop that they get out of the waste treatment plants, they give it to farmers. And if that poop's loaded with PFAS, you've contaminated farmland.
I would be more concerned about PFAS than climate change.
I totally agree with you. Climate change is a scam to me, not PFAS. Or microplastics, or pharmaceuticals. Can I ask you, just not to be personal, do you have...
Call now, 800-200-0788, 800-200-0788.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now. I'm just taking a little detour. I got to fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper. Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside. What's Upside? Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway? Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code OIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank.
That's code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code OIL25.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What's on your mind? Well, Renita wants to talk about a fire. Renita, fires are never good. What's going on?
Hello, Tom. Yes, I had called in about a home phone, a house, and a detached garage, and asbestos.
Okay, where was the fire?
In a bedroom on the very opposite side of where the garage is located.
Okay, now is there asbestos in the house or just the garage?
The garage is far as any of the paperwork. There was no testing of it, and it's not attached to the house. And
I understand. Renita, was your garage involved at all in the insurance claim?
Okay, it's actually my mother's house.
Okay.
I was just in it when it happened.
Okay.
And so she's at work and she's asking me to call in and be the mouth because I'm like,
I get it. Okay. So what I want to know is this. I just need to know, what are you calling about? Is it about asbestos?
I had spoke with you about a month ago.
Okay, let me find your call. Maybe that's why I'm confused, mate, because you think I know more than I know. Hold on.
You know a lot too.
Yeah, let's see. Let me look at this. Was this a 1946 home?
I don't know what year.
Okay, it was an old home. You had a fire in her old home, and asbestos was discovered in a few places. Okay, so now, and you wanted information on finding some good asbestos removal people, right?
Well, they have done the abatement on the house where the actual fire and smoke
Okay, got it. Okay.
Now they want to go through, and they threw everything out. Everything gone. So it's just the framework right now is the structure. But the garage, they want to now go into and go through all of the contents, bag everything up, including trash and things that are not good, need to be thrown out.
But what, Renita, you're telling me what your insurance or your company is doing, but what are you calling about? What can we help you with? It sounds like they're doing what they're supposed to do.
But you had stated that there was a gentleman named Rock, I think, Colorado Restoration, maybe?
Okay. Do you need a restoration company? Is that what you're asking for?
My mother would like to have maybe tests done to confirm there is no asbestos. There's no need to go there.
No, I got you. We need a company. You want a company that will test the air and all of that, right? God, you know what? We used to have an asbestos company, but we don't use them anymore. So I hesitate to give you that. Do you know of any, Paul? You don't know of any, do you? Paul the waterman knows a lot of scientists. Do you know of any?
I don't, but I'll bet you Mark from Genesis will know because he works on these.
You know what?
Projects.
You're absolutely right. He does construction projects. You know what? Hold on a sec. We're going to try to get a referral from Marc Szymanski, Genesis Total Exteriors. So hold on, Renita, okay? Hey, Kachina, let's get Marc Szymanski on to see if he knows anybody. Well, who does he use when asbestos, when he needs to test? He probably has someone he uses all the time to test. Love it. Jeff, what's going on, Jeff?
Hello.
Hi, Jeff. What's happening?
Okay. Well, my son sent me some money in the Messenger app of Facebook.
Yes.
Somehow the card that I had in there, my debit card, was replaced with another card that I didn't authorize, didn't receive information about, so that I could, deny it or whatever.
So let me get this straight. You had a new card on there that you didn't know about.
I didn't put the card on. There was a new card that got put into that account.
Who did it?
I can't find that out from Facebook.
And that person who did it got the money?
That's what they're saying is the money made. It was a successful transfer is what they said into the account associated with that card.
Okay. So how much did your son send?
$450.
Oh my God. And now it's gone.
It's saying that it got into my account, but my bank shows nothing. I tried to get a tracking or a tracing number from Facebook. They're robots.
So let me this is what I don't understand, Jeff. So I'm at a loss here, and that is why I am kind of hesitant talking. So when you are in the Messenger app on Facebook, how does it get associated with a debit card? I don't understand how that works.
You go into the application. It has an account for you. You fill out the card number, and then they utilize the last four. It's associated with your bank account, and then it goes through.
Okay.
I've done it
so
in other words, years.
In other words, Messenger is often used to exchange money back and forth by use of these cards.
Correct.
And there was a card associated with your account that you had no knowledge of.
Correct.
Well, how did that happen? They'd have to verify it through your cell phone or your email.
I would have hoped so, but I've gone back through my records. There is no email available for it, or no phone call was received by me. I have changed that card, and I do get a notification on my email and sometimes a phone call.
Any strange happenings on your Facebook?
Yeah.
That sounds like it could be a Facebook problem.
Did
that
your
somebody's hacked into
did your Facebook account ever get hacked?
I don't know. I haven't encountered that by anything.
Sounds like
I'm
it's
not
time to
missing
change
anything.
all those passwords.
Somebody sneaked into his Facebook account and put in their own debit card.
That's what they did.
That's what it sounds like.
But they did not let him know because they didn't want him to shut it down. So they didn't hack his whole account, but they did hack his account as far as getting a card on there.
Yeah, that's a really smart hack.
Yeah, because the hacker didn't do anything on your Facebook page itself. It just let itself in to do that card.
He just sat there waiting for the money to come in very quietly and got away with $450.
Can't I get the information of the card that was used
from Facebook?
Well, Facebook's never going to give you that. See, this is one of the downsides.
To track it?
Yeah, but
they won't track it?
Well, even if they did, they won't share it with you. This is one of the things, if you looked at the agreement you signed when you signed a Facebook page, I mean, I swear to God, and then you sign up for these cards, we give away all our rights. We basically, here's what, by the way, on one of those agreements, not just on one of them, on most of them, it says that they will not participate in any litigation unless compelled by a court of law. So it doesn't matter if you want them to, they will not.
Tom, how about if he files a police report and maybe the police can request that information?
I don't know if, I mean, they might. I mean, I don't
even
know.
Right?
I wish there were law enforcement agencies dedicated to cybercrime right now, because cybercrime, there must be like the IBM or something, or excuse me, FBI. I mean, because if you think about it, the FBI has to do it because there's no one else. Jeff, I really fear, man, that you lost your money. I don't think there's anyone responsible for it. I think you were responsible to see what was on your account. Now, I'm not blaming you, and I could see where I could fall for something like this. But if you're expecting Facebook to reimburse you, I don't think it's going to happen. I just don't think it's going to happen. I mean, I wish I could lie to you and say, oh, yeah, let's call them. Let's get that money put back.
They don't even have a phone number, Tom.
Facebook doesn't.
No,
it doesn't.
Don't. You can't call them. You can't sue them. Have you ever heard of anybody actually suing Facebook? I don't mean winning or losing, but actually successfully.
I have in the past, but God knows how hard it's been. Look, at Facebook in and of itself.
What about stopping the payment originally?
Well, what do you mean
From
stopping
that
it?
end?
It's too late now. What do you mean? If you stopped the payment originally, it would have been done already. Once it goes through, you can't claw it back.
Oh. See,
no, these electronic, listen, the same thing can happen with Venmo.
Oh, it does. We get calls about that all the time.
I mean, when your account is hacked, the smartest hackers in the world, when they hack, don't say anything. They just hack your account and they lay low. I mean, it's unbelievable.
So it just amazes me that Facebook will send an email or something saying you've successfully transferred your card, and if this was not you, call us back. But if it's not you, nothing needs to be done. It would seem to me it'd be just the opposite. That they should require.
Okay, I know what Jeff's saying, that the verification email went to somebody else, and that somebody else is not going to respond, obviously. I mean, that email does nothing. That email does nothing. It just tells the hacker it went through.
Take a proactive approach.
Yeah, but they don't. And the problem is nobody's going to make them. It's just not going to happen.
Break time, buddy.
Okay, I got to take a break. We got more coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Here's a look at the roads across the metro area.
Katrina.
Heavy traffic on northbound I-25 from Santa Fe to Colfax.
He's here. What's up?
From I-76.
Can Mark just answer the question, give us a referral without coming on? Is he or is he not even around?
There's an accident on West Parkway at Berg.
He's not answering.
Another crash on westbound Arapahoe after Havana, and one at southbound Kipling and Quincy. I'm Vida Urbonis with traffic.
Stay connected when it matters most. Be prepared with Rapid Radio's walkie-talkies. With instant push-to-talk and LTE nationwide coverage, you can reach family and friends in any emergency. 100% private, no contracts, no hassle.
Stay safe. Order now at rapidradios.com.
Get your price right now for countertops, whether it be granite, any natural stone, or man-made material. The Art of Granite, the only people that give prices on the phone. That's right. Wholesale on all materials. That's why they can do it. Tear out and haul away is always free, and they always add special incentives to help you out, like maybe some free bathroom granite when you have the kitchen done, or a backsplash, or a new fancy edge treatment. Whatever it is, they'll let you know on the phone right now. 303-386-5919. Get your price. The Art of Granite. You're 3 weeks away from having new counters right now. 303-386-5919. Genesis Total Exteriors, the people that we know and use and refer for home improvements, whether inside or out. They do everything from the roofing, fascia, soffits, siding, windows, doors, decks, painting, basements, kitchens, baths. If you want home remodeling in an industry riddled with liars, cheats, and ripoffs, stay away from them and go to Genesis. GenesisTotalExteriors.com, 303-679-8509, 679-8509. Did you know that your air conditioner might be cooling but not so efficient, and it might go to an early death because dirt and grime and debris, the number one killer of AC. If you've never had it attended to, $39 gets you the deep clean, tune, and check from Fix It 24/7. The only people that do this level of care, a practical refurbishment for this ridiculous price of $39. FixMyHome.com, book now. FixMyHome.com, book now.
With American Restoration, and so they wanted some other suggestion from you. So if you can hang on through the break, I'll get you right up.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
What
Thanks,
the
dude.
fuck?
All right,
My
hold on.
order was dropped off at the clinic. Damn son of a bitch. Fucking motherfucker. God damn it. I had it at the clinic. Son of a bitch. What a fucking idiot.
No, it's a natural mistake.
Hey, Tom.
Stupid. Yes.
I got Mark. He only has 5 minutes though before he has to jump on a Zoom. So he's super.
God damn it. Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Fucking piece of shit. Why the fuck do they default to a goddamn address you never fucking use? Son of a bitch.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop's Gift Drive is looking for
Goddamn motherfucker.
in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop's Gift Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record
Son of a fucking bitch. I have no one to fucking motherfucking blame. Goddamn stupid piece of shit. And I'm so fucking hungry. God damn it, motherfucker.
For plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, think Plumline Services with quality brands like Carrier. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. I use Plumline in my home. Service professionals, 25 years strong. About a mission of excellence, character, and
God damn it, son of a bitch, fucking bastard, motherfucker.
Plumline and Carrier.
Piece of fucking shit.
No phone call, no hassles. PlumlineServices.com.
Service at home, service at heart. Plumline Services.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when you're small business.
So somebody's going to have lunch.
Not 3.
At Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners.
It is my own fault. I could have seen it.
Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
Enjoy the long weekend with Casey Kasem and Classic American Top 40.
Hello again, and welcome to American Top 40. My name's Casey Kasem, and here comes our special year-end survey.
All weekend, it's every
Just blew all my fucking money.
and commercial free. Plus the very first HT40 show from July 4th, 1970.
I'm Casey Kasem with the #1.
I wish I could even call someone over there to come and get it, but I don't know who to call. No, I know not to come and get it for me, but to eat it, just so it doesn't go to waste. No, I don't think so. That's the problem. I don't think.
That's the one big beautiful bill in the Senate. We'll have Senator Ron Johnson will explain where it is and more on the Joe Pag Show tonight from 6 to 9 on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, God, the phones have been exploding today. Someone wants to know about, on a text here, on a whole house water system, Paul, does it include reverse osmosis, or is that separate? I know it's separate. I wanted to ask you because it is a separate system for drinking water.
Correct. It's separate. So, what we have right now is $39.95 for the Echo Pro Max, and then we have a 3 or 5 stage reverse osmosis available, whichever their filter preference is.
Okay. By the way, Renita, stay tuned. We're trying to find somebody to address the issue in your home. And Deputy Bo has a follow-up coming up. We have Mark Szymanski. I want to call him right back. I'm so sorry, Mark. We haven't been able to get to you because we're running out of time. I'm Tom Martino. More on the Troubleshooter Show.
Pick him up and ask him who he uses for asbestos testing.
Hey, basically, we just need to know who you use for asbestos testing. Asbestos. Okay.
Good, sir.
Hello? Busy this morning.
Heck yeah.
No, I know you got to jump on a Zoom call, so because we're now at top an hour, so we're gonna go way late. So yeah, I'll just have them announce your number and say that you can do asbestos testing and.
That's BIOME.com, promo code RIDE.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
'cause
All
when it
right.
first
Hang
started
on for
rolling
me.
out, Michael had a ton of questions. Ross had a ton of questions, so I dove headfirst into it. And the smart meter itself, great. The biggest thing that people have a problem with is that they believe the smart meter, that the biggest problem that Excel has, they tied the smart meter to time of use billing, and automatically enrolled you in time of use billing. So you had to call Excel and request to be removed from time of use. So when people's bills skyrocketed from the smart meter, they think the smart meter's screwing me. No, the smart meter is saving you money. The time of use billing is screwing you.
Do you have a phone number for John in the first hour of that Priceline call?
Yeah.
Hey.
719 644 3334. However, he hung up on me, and he really doesn't seem to really want any of our help.
Oh.
So, I mean, just kind of going.
I think he probably didn't like Tom's answer. It's like, if you think Priceline's going to give you 50% back, not going to happen.
Well, I'm just telling you.
No, that's
Just
good
for
to
when
know
you,
because
just for when you're calling.
yeah.
You know.
Okay.
In New York City, deliberations underway in the sex trafficking trial of Sean Diddy Combs. The jurors have already sent a note to the judge expressing concern that one juror cannot follow instructions. And the foreperson chosen is a nursing home aide from Manhattan. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
I wasn't prepared to be a caregiver to Mom, but a little over a year ago, we realized she couldn't take care of herself without our help. And well, how could I not be there for her? I had no idea how hard it would be, and just what I would need to know. Things I never thought of, like how to improve her mood, and even for me, ways to stay positive. Luckily, I found the Caregiving Resource Center from AARP. It had articles about the basics that got me started, but also information about the hurdles I was facing in this new role. I could even connect with experts and hear from others who'd been in my place. I know this road we're on isn't an easy one, but I'm really happy to have the extra help for her and for me. Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving. Articles, tips, and tools to help you both care for your loved one and care for yourself. This message is brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
K-How News Time, 103.
Mohammed Solomon, the man facing charges for the attack on the group Run for Their Lives in Boulder, is now facing a new charge, murder. 82-year-old Karen Diamond ended up dying as a result of her severe injuries she suffered during the attack. The district attorney's office amended counts 4 and 5 from criminal attempt to commit first-degree murder to murder in the first degree. The Denver City Forester telling tree owners and lovers to act now to protect ash trees from the emerald ash borer.
City Forester Luke Caloran says Denver will lose the battle eventually with the invasive beetle, but we can all put up a fight.
There is a strong sense of confidence that if you do treat your trees, you will be able to protect your trees. However, these treatments depend on the application.
Caloran says different chemicals require different treatment schedules, and they've been proven to be around 95% effective.
In the event that the bug begins to chew or consume or eat any of these trees, it will then die.
Caloran says the emerald ash borer larvae burrow in wood, particularly firewood, and the beetles spread to new areas when the wood is chipped.
That's the latest. I'm Mia Bender.
Now, Impact Traffic from the Superstar Car Wash Traffic Center. This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
So Mark moved his Zoom call to a little bit later so he can come on with us to talk about restoration and asbestos.
Okay, good. Good. I'm going to go right to him. Thank you.
Yep.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected, never been easier. Order now at rapidradios.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas. T-Mobile Arena, September 19th and 20th, streaming live only on Hulu. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage. Get tickets now at AXS.com.
What's in your wallet?
You take a propane connection company. Whether you work for a company of 1 or 1,000, Odoo works with you every step of the way. Odoo's suite of business applications handles everything from websites to inventory to accounting. And there are no vendor lock-ins, no proprietary data. You own your data. And developers can build custom features
June 12th.
for Odoo applications. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
Buy and Build is celebrating 20 years in business. Hi, this is Courtney Pierce, president of Buy and Build Kitchen and Bath. That's right, we've been saving people of Denver thousands of dollars on kitchen and bathroom cabinets for 20 years. We have in-stock kitchen and bathroom cabinets, countertops, sinks, faucets, and more, all for the best prices in the country. With 20 years of experience, you can feel confident that we will help you design the perfect kitchen and save you thousands. Come visit our showroom at 560 South LaPan Street in Denver. That's 560 South LaPan Street or online at buyandbuild.net.
Hair loss for the same simple one-day treatment I received.
You could mention that going forward, they've been sitting my business, they have a commerce license number and that.
Now at khow.com. Keep listening to win on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. You can call 303-MARTINO 24/7 and access the show. You don't have to call and wait. If you don't want to, you call, leave your number. We'll get back to you. This hour brought to you by RenewHomeInnovations.com. RenewHomeInnovations.com for the most beautiful walk-in showers anywhere with sheet porcelain that'll knock your eyes out. It's so beautiful. They can do it on the showers. They can do it a wainscoting around the entire bathroom, backsplashes, whatever you need, they can do. And they convert these ugly shubs, you know, the shower tub, into a beautiful walk-in rectangular shower. Renew Home Innovations. They do it in 2 or 3 days, and you have months to pay without interest. Think about that. 303-904-2000. 904-2000. Now, we left off with Renetta, who wanted to know about testing for asbestos. Mark Szymanski is with Genesis Total Exteriors. And since they're our go-to people for home improvements, we figure they often test for stuff. Mark, you guys often probably have to test for asbestos. Who do you use?
Well, Tom, we're certified to go in and test ourselves. It was costing me about $1,000. It was costing me about $1,000 to test for asbestos. So I went through the training, and we are able to test for asbestos ourselves.
And you can also test for mold, right?
Yes, we can test for mold also.
What about lead?
Lead is anybody can test for lead. You can go to a paint store and pick up one of these little lead test kits, and you don't have to be certified. We are certified. You have to go through, if you're a paint contractor, you have to go through training to deal with lead-based paint. But basically, you just have to follow the rules in the back of the package, and you can do the lead test yourself.
Okay, so Genesis Total Exteriors is on the line right now, Renetta, and they do testing for asbestos. Do you also do abatement, though, Mark, and removal?
So we have partners companies that we partner with that they will take care of that side of it, and then we come in and put do the fix back. We'll do the build back after they do the remediation.
Okay, Renetta, do you feel you still have asbestos in your home? Is that why you're calling?
No, the home has been gutted. It's just plain work as it stands now. The garage is disattached, and there's no showing of any testing actually done for the garage.
Okay, got it. So you want to know, does the garage, before you go through all of the abatement, you want to know if the garage really needs it or not?
Well, I know it doesn't, but I need the certification.
Okay, so Mark, would you be able to go give a clean certification to her garage?
Yeah, we'll have to take samples and send them off to independent lab, and then we can give her the results. Yes.
And Renetta, you can trust Genesis. Let me give you their number. 303 679 8509.
8509. And another thing too with the Excel bit, we had a temporary pole put in, well, because of course the fire and the wiring and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
And we were getting charged. Excel was charging us like it wasn't. There was nothing being used. There was no electricity like to service, much less be paid to have to pay for. And so, just kind of another chalk it up.
You know what? Really you know what, Renetta? On temporary meters, I believe many of those temporary meters have a minimum charge per month. It's like on a
but it was around the same amount that if living in the household.
Hey, Marc Szymanski, do you know on construction projects, I thought temp meters, when you have to put a temp meter up, that there's a minimum charge. Am I right or wrong, or do you know?
Yeah, I think you are correct on that. That is correct.
You still have to pay for the meter, even if you own it. You still have to pay like a base, $8 per piece or whatnot.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, call Marc Szymanski for that, and over at GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Okay, Deputy Bo, he has an update for us. Here's the thing. This was really a bad situation, as I remember. This dent repair place. We're going to put them on the Sleaze Brigade, I believe. It was her this is what we heard. Her 2024 car. In 2024, her car was hail damaged and brought to Denver Family Dent Repair. Bobby Ward over there, Allstate, and Suzanne, the consumer, came up with an agreement to take $5,800 to total the car, and she was going to keep the car. A check for $5,800 was sent to Family Dents. They cashed it and kept the money.
Yes, Suzanne, are you up on the air with me?
Yes, she is.
I am. Okay, so I brought the caller up, Tom. I just want to make this update. It's really important we get this company, Denver Family Dent Repair, stole Suzanne's money. And I've called 5 times. I even talked to a subsidiary company called Dallas Family Dent Repair, thinking they would help. So all I would like to, Suzanne, and I would like to do is just to get the word out. If Suzanne is in total agreement that our listeners cannot be.
What if she did this, Bo? What if she took Denver Family Dent to small claims court for the money? I think she'd win in a heartbeat.
Go ahead, Suzanne. She's working on it.
You working on a small claim?
I filed the papers last week.
Excellent. I want you to keep us informed. Maybe Deputy Bo can even serve them for you, or someone. You got to get them served. And here's what I want to do. Once you get them served and you go to court, I want to know about it, because once you get a judgment, here's where we really can help. By getting that judgment executed, you can go in and start taking stuff from that place. If, they're going to have to address this. They're going to have to address it. So, Bo, are you telling me they totally ignored it?
They ignored 5 of my calls. They won't. I was tempted to even drive up there, but they're in Fort Collins. But I am happy to serve these papers on behalf of Suzanne. I mean, this is
I have to serve in Colorado Springs.
Well, wait, is that the location that you used them in? You used them in Colorado?
No. That's the Republic Registered Agent. You have to file with the Republic Registered Agent. LLC.
What do you mean by Republic Registered Agent? It's Denver Family Dent Repair. Is Republic the registered agent they're using?
It says if it's not one person, if it's a company, you have to serve the person who is the Republic Registered Agent, and that is in Colorado Springs.
Okay. I think you mean the public registered agent, but okay.
I do too, Tom. I will help her.
Yeah.
I'll help her.
Help her serve the right person. Okay. That's really I mean, you don't have to serve her. I was half joking there, but let's get them served. They're ridiculous people, and that's definitely going to go on the sleaze brigade. There's no doubt about it. Do we know the person behind Denver? This place is it? Let's see. We don't have a name associated with it.
I have a couple of things, Tom.
Like what?
So you have to serve to the registered agent.
Right.
So that's it. And that's in Colorado Springs. There are no names.
Gotcha.
The person in Fort Collins is a Joseph Adkins. I have not heard that name. I know down in Texas it was Paul Parisi. But the other than that,
hey, did you ever put in? I wonder if she put in a report with the district attorney if they would look into it.
I did.
Yes, she did, Tom.
And what did they say?
They said
it was a civil matter.
Yes. No. I even talked to another deputy lady, and she looked into it. She said, well, it's not criminal, it's civil. But the Colorado Attorney General said there's nothing they can do. They just put it on record. And then they texted me and said, well, we're trying to get a hold of them. Then a couple months later, they said they haven't gotten back to us, so we're dropping it.
Oh, isn't that fun? So if you want to get away with crime in Colorado, all you do is ignore it, and it goes away.
Yeah.
Right.
Isn't that wonderful? No, seriously. Okay, Deputy Bo, help her out with that small claim, and let's follow it along. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So we have addressed in drinking water the main dangers. Let's just call it what it is. Drinking water is no longer safe. It really, really isn't. So if you drink tap water, it's not safe. Now, at the very least, you need good drinking water. But what is the other part of the equation other than drinking water? Somebody wants to know if they address drinking water, would forever chemicals harm them otherwise if they're not drinking the water? So let's talk about that.
Well, yeah, it's going to be in the steam. When you take a shower, you're going to breathe it in. So PFAS are in hot water, right? PFAS are all over.
And so it absorbs to your skin too.
It absorbs to your skin. Your water is a sponge. It's, years ago, we used to think skin was like leather, but your skin's a sponge.
Okay, so PFAS, you're talking about forever chemicals. Plus plastics, that's separate from forever chemicals?
Correct, and then you have the total chlorine content too. The nanoplastics, Tom, penetrate the body, can carry carcinogens, bacteria, viruses.
If people have heard about more cancer than ever,
that's right.
This is why.
That's right.
I mean, we've been feeding ourselves these plastics for how many years? 30 right now?
40 years.
40 years of plastic.
The minimum 40 years.
And they used to be worse than now. Now at least they're trying to regulate them.
Well, they're trying to regulate them, but here's the problem, is that municipalities can't help because of the volume of water they have to provide. So right now there's not a filtration system that can treat for everything. So they do the best they can, but it's really up to us to take, control of our water.
I think instead of building new plants that can't do it anyway, here's what they should do. Municipalities should do what we talked about, do the best they can, and have a certain level and then stop.
That's it.
And then have domestic systems. I think to get a building, to get an occupancy permit, to live in a home or have a business, you should have your water certified.
Totally agree.
Seriously, think about it.
No, you're right. Check this out. If you get an FHA loan, most likely they're going to make you do a potability test to make sure water
for your well.
Drink. Right. And
they don't do that for regular supply, just for well.
Just for well, that's right. And so one of the things we found out too is that landlords are not responsible for the quality of water for people running home on well. So it's really up to, if you're on a well water application, you're truly on your own. Municipalities have laws that the EPA provides, but then again, they're flawed because the EPA, has a laundry list of unregulated contaminants that's in the water, but they're just not telling us.
303-713-8255. Yeah, this
No
Sleaze
one
Brigade,
wants to
I
leave
gotta
behind
get these
stress
guys
for their
on.
family. That's why a trust or a will is so important. Without one, your assets might go to the wrong people or leave out loved ones. Also, probate is long, expensive, and often avoidable with a revocable trust. Trustandwill.com makes it simple to create a personalized estate plan. A trust or will provides clarity and peace of mind. Get 20% off on your estate plan documents by visiting trustandwill.com/radio.
The Art of Granite will give you a price right now for your countertops. Give them a call. Talk to Mitch Floria or any of the fine staff. Tell them what you want. You'll get a price. Whether it's natural stone or man-made material, they do it all. They fabricate and install right there, wholesale on all countertop materials. Tear out and haul away is always free. And they're happy to give you prices for your entire project on the phone. TheArtOfGranite.com, 303-386-5919. 386-5919. Hey, let's add windows to that home remodel with new counters with Gravina's windows. In fact, they have window siding and doors. But listen to this. When you go to Gravina's on 950 West Evans, which was started by Larry after working for his dad, and now his son Nick joins him. When you go to Gravina's, that family affair, what you get is a choice of 50 lines of windows. Not one line, not two lines. They have 50 brands they deal with. So you're definitely going to find the one right for you. They also have multiple lines of siding and doors. 303 Gravina, 303 Gravina, or gravinas.com. Let's talk about kitchens and baths, and specifically now, baths. You don't normally hear discount bath. Well, discount bath believes in what they say, and they want you to put them to the challenge. Discount bath will give you a price without even going to your home. Now they have all the luxury brands and all of the run-of-the-mill brands, whatever you need, whether it's a fix and flip, a rental, or a dream home, they will get you the proportional bath by discount, big discount by making less profit. And they say they'll prove it to you. So take your smartphone and video what you want done. I want to move this sink. I want to have a walk-in shower. I want to do this. I want to do that. Whether it's the hallway bath, the Jack and Jill bath, the master bath, or that roughed-in area in the basement. Send that video, upload it to discountbath.com. They'll give you the link. Go to discountbath.com. You'll get your price. You'll get your discount. 720-979-2322.
Are you?
Okay, my order was dropped off.
Oh, that was very nice.
Yes, we got that all the registered agent information.
Oh, you did find it?
So they all chip in for
Good afternoon, Tom Martino Show.
Oh, I did put Family Dent up there already. I have him on the Sleaze Brigade.
Plus, I'm not married, so we don't have any problems with wives complaining about anything.
Exactly.
All right, take care.
Yep, you too. Good to see you.
Okay. For appliance repair, what's your first name? I'm sorry, one more time. Sam, S-A-M?
Yeah, I have Denver Family Dent on the Sleaze Brigade.
S-A-M? Okay. All right. Hang on for me.
How much time do I have?
Hang on.
Hey, Dragon.
He left.
Oh.
You've got about a minute 40.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
The home had asbestos in it.
Kelly?
Yeah.
I gotta go. Would you, when you get a minute, text me Cynthia's phone number?
So Cynthia got pissed off and hung up on me.
Really?
Yeah.
She didn't want us to help her?
No.
So why would you call the show? I mean, just people go so weird sometimes.
I can't. I've had two of them. The other one that I gave to Dollar, he was also very pissed off because of what Tom said, and he didn't want to hear it.
Oh, who was that?
Yeah. Okay. All right. John. The guy with Priceline.
Oh. Well, I mean, he doesn't like it because it's true.
Well, I understand. I'm just saying that sometimes these people, they just...
I know. They have unrealistic expectations.
Exactly. Most of the people are great.
Trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. 630 KHOW.
So let's talk to Deputy Bo. Deputy Bo, you're talking now about an extended warranty issue from Ronald from North Carolina. What was the main issue there? I'm looking up the call right now. We'll talk about it. Oh, yeah, here it is. His 2015 Chevy Silverado. He bought it from Bleeker's Chevrolet in North Carolina in December of 24 with an extended warranty. The dealer promised to fix the shake in the rear. Now they refuse to fix it. Same old story. These extended warranties are worth nothing. They're worth nothing.
Right. This is a warning. I couldn't get anything accomplished, and I'll tell you why. It's a warning to our listeners. Ronald was really a nice guy, and I called the dealership 4 times. But the problem is when he bought this 2015 Silverado, he had the brakes went out. But the extended warranty will not cover brakes. But then he had problems with the wheels. The rims were vibrating so bad he couldn't drive the vehicle. So when he took it into the dealer, they submitted the warranty information, the warranty solutions, and Tommy, I think he spent like $3,800 for the warranty, but they will not cover it because the rims are not original equipment to the Silverado.
But wait a minute. Who put the rims on?
The rims were on the vehicle when he bought it from Bleeker's Automotive in North Carolina.
Well, they can't do it. They can't have it both ways. There's no way that they can sell him a car with an extended warranty that never took effect ever because of the wrong rims. These people need to be taken to small claims court or something. Can you think you could talk Ronald through getting it to small claims court? He'll win. I don't see how the guy loses. They sell a car that could have never been covered. Now, it would have been different if he put the rims on his car, but he didn't put the rims on his car.
And Bleeker's acknowledges it, that they were aftermarket rims after he started trying to get a warranty.
Well, then they should and they're not willing to refund the extended warranty.
Nope, I asked them that too. I've called them 3 or 4 times, and they're just jerks about it. But it's just a warning for people that buy these cars with the extended warranties that they need to make sure they have the original equipment, wheels.
Yeah, but the dealer should have. The dealer needs to. If the dealer is selling a warranty on a car, you have a reasonable expectation that the damn warranty will take effect. It never took effect. It's not like he did anything wrong. He had no control over this. You need to talk him into small claims court. Really, honest to God, these people are screwing him. In fact, I want people to call out there. I want them to call to that dealer and say, you know what, you're scumbags. I'm going to let everyone know.
I have the number if I can give it out on the air.
Yeah, give it out. What is it?
Okay. Area code 910-292-4483. The service manager's name's Rex.
Ask for Rex. Ask for Rex Rex. Okay. So here it is. The extended warranty will not cover because it doesn't have original rims. The rims were sold with it for this guy. So they sold him a warranty that would never take effect. Think about that.
I know. It's bullshit. It's bad.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of it.
Okay. We both are teetering on being. We're really upset about this. And so Bleecker Chevrolet, I want you to call them, ask for Rex, and just say, you know what, your little shenanigans are not going unnoticed. 910-292-4483. By the way, Bo, did you ever talk to the general manager?
I talked to 3 people. I talked to Rico, Kevins, and Stacy. And I did talk to one of the I don't know which one of these 3 people that I've been in contact with is the general manager, but they just never called me back. So I called the warranty company, and they're the ones that said they knew about it, and they said, we cannot help Mr. Ronald because the rims are aftermarket, and that's the exclusion in the warranty. But I agree. The dealer sold him the car with the aftermarket.
Exactly. 303-713-8255. This sucks when things like this happen. More right after this.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplan today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
From the Superstar Car Wash Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Here's a look at the roads across the metro area. There's heavy traffic on northbound I-25 from Downing to Colfax and on southbound I-25 from I-70 to Colfax. There's an accident blocking the right lane on northbound Broadway at C-470. Southbound Champa is closed between 22nd and Broadway due to a wall collapse. An accident on northbound Founders approaching I-25, and another one on westbound Arapahoe after Havana. With traffic, I'm Vita Urbonis.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
You know, let's talk about something that really needs to be said, and that is, before you hire a personal injury attorney, you should be able to talk to that attorney. But most attorneys aren't set up that way. They have intake phone numbers, and that's okay. But if you want to talk to the attorney and actually get information about your case and how the attorney would handle your case, then you can call John Fuller, because he's the only one I know that talks to people up front. Just ask when you first call. So if you've had an accident, an injury, you need information, you call 303-597-4500. Ask for John Fuller. 303-597-4500. Ask for John Fuller. That's 597-4500. Hey, you want information on solar? I'll tell you where to get it. Red Rocks Roof and Solar. Red Rocks is the place that not only sells systems, they install systems and they service systems. Plus, they know about the tax credits and special grants if you're a commercial operation. Red Rocks is a complete solar company. I'm so tired of these clowns at the door that sell you a contract and disappear. Red Rocks is in it for the entire game. They are in it to win it. 303-704-2449. 303-704-2449. RedRocksRS.com. How much time do I have?
4.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
I don't know. But anyway, does it look good or you don't know? Oh.
He said it smelled good.
Their job is to slow down and help reverse how fast your body is aging. And your microbiome test reveals why you have stomach issues, don't sleep well, have low energy, even why you can't lose weight and more. Biome reboots your body to live longer, live healthier, and look younger.
Biome is changing lives. Order your full body intelligence test online and save $50. Biome guarantees rapid, remarkable health improvements your doctor will notice. Visit biome.com, promo code BIOME.
Hello. Are you home? Hang on. Hold on. say July 8th. So you're not. I'm trying to book Odessa's appointment so she can get her damn teeth cleaned and a bath.
Sir.
I don't know. I mean, I will try whatever I possibly can. Yeah, I'm texting back and forth with the dude. So, I'll see what I can do. All right, bye.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text SCHOOL to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time.
This is how lame this company is. They actually sent me because I'm in the system, at Cherry Creek schools and stuff. They actually want me to try to drive kids to school. I'm like, it's really not a good idea considering I have a restricted license and, I can't fucking see. It's a problem. Well, hello. I'm doing well. How are you? Yes, I do have a restricted license. I am not.
Burritos I've ever seen in my
I
life.
am not allowed to drive after 7 o'clock.
I didn't even put a dent in
Not
it.
allowed to drive when she's awake.
After 7 o'clock p.m. During the summer and after 5 o'clock p.m. in the winter because I don't have any night vision and any depth perception. So, which is why my husband is basically just taking me out of the equation because if I ever go past
100.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
You have our word will treat you right at Done Right Home Improvements. DRHI.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Sam's got a question on appliance repairs. We've talked a lot about appliances in the past. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, I called because some months ago you spoke about getting into a problem with a stove or a fridge. You ended up calling an independent technician.
Yes.
And you were very impressed with his service and his knowledge. I think his name was either Roma or Roman.
That's exactly what it was. It was Roma. Yep, exactly.
But I've lost track of his the notes I made about his contact information.
The guy is the best I've ever had. Here he is. It's called Apex, by the way. He's appliance repair. His name is Roma. Here's his number. 720-980-4609. He does things like
terrific.
He does all kinds of major brands, Sub-Zero, Viking, Thermador, GE, and then all of the lesser brands as well.
Yeah, I have a fridge that won't cool down to less than 40 and some ovens that won't go up to more than 320. So I think he might be the right guy.
Yeah, Apex. I have Apex written down. I mean, that might be the name of his company, but his name is Roma. Yeah. I love this guy. I mean, what he did was so unbelievable, and he could have charged us anything. We wouldn't have known any better. So, yeah, thanks, Sam, for calling and asking. Paul the Waterman, somebody wants to know if financing is available, sir.
Yeah, financing, with approved credit. And sometimes, I also do in-house financing.
Okay. And then here's somebody else. Most water is supplied through C900 PVC pipes. Do they leach? Do PEX and PVC? You know, PEX is plastic.
Yeah, PEX doesn't leach.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay,
no,
good.
No, and you know, PEX is like this is like the 5th generation of that material, so that's been tested. You know, PVC. You know, majority of PVC pipe is used in drains. The only PVC that I've seen that you need to be aware of is called CPVC. That's pretty brittle. That's cheap stuff, and I'm surprised a lot of high-end homes you see with CPVC pipe, and so it can't take the pressure as conventional PVC piping.
Okay, you said something about if you're going to get a water system, obviously we want you to use waterpros.net. But you said at least make sure they're real plumbers and real techs.
Yeah, so it's new state law requires folks that are a plumbing contractor like myself. You need to have on your vehicle, on your handbills, your paperwork, your work orders, your plumbing contractor number, and also your master plumber for responsibilities number. And so that, you know, I like that idea. It's to weed out those that are, you know.
But how would anyone know if it's a real number? That's the problem. They got to check it out.
Yeah, you check it out. You know, you're absolutely right. But the thing is that in the state of Colorado, you either have to be a plumbing contractor like Water Pros or a water conditioning contractor.
Okay.
And so that's something that, you know, I'm glad they're doing because there's too many people out there that, you know.
Oh, there were a lot of ripoffs in the water softening and water conditioning and water purification. I remember going after some of them.
Yeah.
They would come in and scare the hell out of people.
That's right. There's a lot of people who use scare tactics. Now, there's legitimate issues in our water, but you should have somebody that should be able to explain to you what the filtration media they're using and how it's going to work.
By the way, what is best? And I don't know what they mean best, but I mean, it's worth discussing. Distilled water. What is distilled water?
It's the process of boiling water, you know, to sanitize it. But there's so many chemicals in our water supply now.
So wait, so all distilled water is boiled water?
Right, boiled water. Yeah, you boil it, and then the steam is transferred to another chamber as it cools. That, you know, in theory is distilled water.
So it's the steam from boiled water.
Correct.
So you boil it all down, condense the steam.
Right.
What does that do? Remove stuff?
Well, years ago, you know, that the thought was it could, you know, kill and sanitize. But with all the chemicals in the water, boiling doesn't eliminate them. It just puts them in the vapor. You're transferring it. To really remove, to really remove the contaminants, you need a 0.001 micron reverse osmosis membrane. That, you know, you can start getting 98, 99% reduction of everything we want removed. Then you could use activated carbon to help fight the PFAS. So it's a combination.
So reverse osmosis in itself won't get rid of the PFAS?
Yes, it will.
Okay. But but to make it affordable around the house, you want to use the carbon.
Yeah, carbon filter. See, it all depends on what your hard water is, right? For example, you live in a neighborhood where, you know, look how long your reverse osmosis filters last.
Right.
Right, and that's because your water hardness was within operating parameters.
Right.
So it starts.
Well, the harder the water, the more it contaminates.
Correct.
Right.
And more it beats up the filters.
Okay. So the more you have to you have to change them. Somebody wants to know, would it be cost prohibitive to do reverse osmosis for the whole house?
That's pretty pricey. Yeah, you're looking, you know.
It would be the ultimate, though.
It would be the ultimate. And we do that, but in today's economy, you know, you're looking, you know, close to $20,000.
And then how much would it cost to maintain it?
Well, that's the other thing, is that the maintaining your filter replacements are going to be about $600 a year.
Well, that's not terrible, but the $20,000 up front, you would have complete reverse osmosis through your whole house?
Through your whole house. You're absolutely correct. See, modern homes.
I thought it would be more than that. I didn't realize that. I mean, 20 is expensive, but if you think about it now, furnaces and ACs are getting up there.
Well, it's cheaper than a furnace and AC because, you know, they're between $20,000 to $25,000 now.
No, I know some of them are.
Yeah.
And then also, if you did, let's just say theoretically, in a new house you had a reverse osmosis system, I can think of nothing else you would need.
No, that's it. That takes care of everything. That gives you.
What does it do about hardness?
Well, you pre-treat, so part of that price is having a water softener
Okay.
to support the whole house reverse osmosis. Then you have a dedicated delivery pump that takes over. So you have a big holding tank. Like underneath your sink, you have a holding tank. Well, imagine having a 250-gallon holding tank to hold the water. The RO, produces 1 gallon of water, one gallon per minute, let's say. So, it's a quick recovery. So you have a separate delivery pump that then takes over and delivers the water to the house.
All right. If you have any questions, give us a call. We have several minutes left to the show, 303-713-TALK. And don't forget, you can call 303-MARTINO at any time. And when I say at any time, I mean like 24/7. Leave your message and we'll get back to you. So all you have to do is leave your name and number. More right after this.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Oh, cool.
Here's a look at the
reverse
roads across the
osmosis.
metro area. There's heavy traffic on northbound I-25 from Downing to Colfax and on southbound I-25 from I-70 to Colfax. There's an accident blocking the right lane on northbound Broadway at C470. Southbound Champa is closed between 22nd and Broadway due to a wall collapse. An accident on northbound Founders approaching I-25 and another one on westbound Arapahoe after Havana. With traffic, I'm Vida Urbonis.
Stay connected when it matters most. Be prepared with Rapid Radio's walkie-talkies. With instant push-to-talk and LTE nationwide coverage, you can reach family and friends in any emergency. 100% private, no contracts, no hassle.
Stay safe. Order now at rapidradios.com.
All right, let's talk about what you need to know about retirement. Part of it is income, and Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies will help you get ready for income in retirement with a fixed indexed annuity. Now, with an annuity, it guarantees income for life. It also guarantees you will not lose your built-up account that you have, your principal, or any of the earnings. If you're interested, rpcenter.com. Of course, they can help with other aspects of retirement as well. rpcenter.com. How much time do I have?
4.
Thank you.
Yep.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code OIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code OIL25 for 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code OIL25 for 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code OIL25.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Rizinkizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150-milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
Man, I am happy to tell you about the only realtor that made the cut for Team Dave Logan, and that is Troy Hansford. I've recommended
in Troy because he's the only agent that will guarantee to sell your home at your price, or he'll write you a check for $5,000. And the good news, he puts that in writing. He can make that guarantee because he spends tens of thousands of dollars generating demand. And right now, he has hundreds of approved home buyers ready to buy. He just doesn't have enough houses. So if you have a house, Troy might have that perfect buyer for you right now. Give him a call, 720-900-4433. Let me give you a story. Just last week, Troy listed a house that was on the market for almost a month. You know what? Troy sold it for full price in less than a week. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy will buy your house for all cash, and he can close in as little as 7 days. Call Troy and get your home sold for the most money. 720-900-4433. Again, that's 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford with RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions apply.
Enjoy the long weekend with Casey Kasem and Classic American Top 40.
Hello again, and welcome to American Top 40. My name's Casey Kasem, and here comes our special year-end survey.
All weekend, it's every year-end countdown in order and commercial-free. Plus, the very first AT40 show from July 4th, 1970.
I'm Casey Kasem with the #1 song of the year.
Just open the free iHeart app, search Classic AT40, and make it a preset now.
Weekdays 2 to 4. It's Ryan.
Big show on Monday with Representative Gabe Evans talking big, beautiful bill, and George Brockler on a big child porn bust and sentencing in the 21st District. Join us at 2 on Ryan Schuling Live.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, or 303-MARTINO. Hey, listen, call 303-MARTINO, 24/7, pass the word around. We'll try to get the word out, get you help, get you anything we need to help you. Now, even if we can't help you directly, you'll help a lot of other people by letting them know what scams are up. Now, something that I was shocked to learn about, we've been talking about contaminated water with forever chemicals and plastics. Do you know certain carpets still can shed plastics?
Yes.
Carpet. So your kids are crawling around on this carpet. They put their fingers in their mouth.
That's right. And they say a lot of the dust that you see floating in the air is plastic.
Stain-resistant coatings on furniture.
Yeah, well, that's part of it. That's the PFAS. That's where DuPont and 3M, the Scotch Guard. And then now those are the Gen X chemicals. And Gen X chemical was a regulated contaminant. And then recently, the EPA unregulated it. And,
No, people, listen carefully. Forever chemicals and plastics in your carpet. There are certain carpets you have to ask for PFAS-free carpet. And actually, it's the carpet that's treated with the stain-resistant stuff.
Yeah,
that's the main
like
stuff. So does it all come down to the treatments and like cookware even? There's cookware they say will pass on PFAS. All of the nonstick cookware.
Correct. Anything that's Teflon, you have to upgrade all your cookware.
Are they still making Teflon products?
Yeah, they're making Teflon products. It's supposed to be phased out, but it's not just here in the United States. It's in China and India. All over, it's other countries that aren't doing, what they need to do in order to control this contaminant. This is a global issue that's not going to go away, and it's only going to get worse. And I mentioned to you, off air, I'm worried about how many acres of contaminated farmland that we have regarding, forever chemical contamination.
So listen. Do you know the microwave pop in the bags?
Yeah.
The inside coating of those bags are often coated with forever chemicals.
Correct. Yep.
And they're supposedly not supposed to leach.
Yeah,
They say to-go containers at restaurants.
Same thing.
The ones that are using paper and cardboard, great. Now, this is the one that blows my mind. We want to stay away from forever chemicals. There are freaking companies making dental floss
with forever chemicals
coated
with
plastics and forever chemicals. God, do we even have any hope? I mean, think about this.
We really, Tom, this is no.
And I wonder how I got cancer.
We have to have a serious dialogue about how we go forward. We need to bring back glass bottles and start aluminum.
And it's good for the planet too. I mean, we are into the planet now. Let's get into it.
You have waterways all over Colorado. They're contaminated with forever chemicals and microplastics. This is a global issue that's not going to get any better, and it's only going to get worse. We have to do something about it now.
Waterproof clothing.
And look at all
winter clothing.
Yep.
Often forever chemicals. You have to specifically look long and hard to find things without these chemicals. Now,
what about the firefighters and all the cancer that they have because of the equipment that they wear that's treated with those chemicals?
God almighty. So it's amazing. I did not realize that there's dental floss. Come on.
It's
dental floss. You're trying to keep it out of your body and they make dental floss with it. How do they even go to bed at night knowing they're doing this?
This is something that they knew. Here's a bigger question. How are they still in business? And then why weren't the lawsuits published? They settled for $600 million on something that is poisoned the earth. $600 million is all they had to pay. And, there was a family that was ruined. There's families in
Can it ever be cleaned out of the environment?
Well, that's where we have to investigate. There's specific filtration media that will work, but here's the problem. That filtration media then becomes hot. So what do you do with the filtration media?
Well, you obviously have to store it somewhere, but the point is this. Drinking water, people, come on. Listen, I'm a cancer survivor. At least right now I am, thank God. And I praise God for that. But here's the point, is that, where all this crap is meaning something. I know you've never heard of more cancer in your life. I know you haven't. I know I haven't. And a lot of that has to do with all the crap in our environment. And the least we can do is watch the food we eat and the water we drink. By the way, if you want to get a hold of Paul when he's not here, it's 303-862-5554, waterpros.net, 303-862-5554. So all you can do is make sure your corner of the earth is clean for you. Watch what you eat, watch what you drink. For sure, watch your drinking water, your bathing water, your house water. That's about it for today. Now, I want to remind you to pass the word around that you can get help, information, and referrals at 303 Martino. Thank you, folks.
Clear, buddy.
See you, man.
See ya.
At Real Tom Martino.
Thanks, brother.
It's so remarkable to me that we have this bullshit